we have internet? Oh. Did I do that?
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I thought you might. I don't know if you wear it, but I thought it's kind of. Okay. Mine was Glenn Miller's orchestra. Are we connected? Looks like it. Looks like we are. I haven't looked it up. Test, 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 test. That might be bad. We're going up around the bend.
When we begin. Well, not right now. Keys are set up for it.
Yeah. If you want, it's easier to just use the actual thing.
Check, check, check. But I can still use that, right?
You can use right.
What's going on with that? We're not. Are we live already?
Check, 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 check.
Are we live already? I mean, I got a message on my phone just a minute ago, and that music will take us off. Test, 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 test. That. Okay. We gotta go on the air here. Let me give me about. Keep running commercials there. I need to start probably in about 2 minutes, but let me get. You remember how to do it? Yeah. Okay. Hold on. You just tell me when I can start. I'll start the stopwatch. But 30 seconds to a minute. It doesn't matter. Hello again, everybody. David Clary, along with Mark Haste, along with Lee Wexler, Alex Baraxa, Christian Rosas Rodriguez, getting set for Oak Ridge High School basketball. We are live here from Alcoa High School. Second consecutive year we've come over here for a ball game. The last time was in a Christmas tournament. Today is a regular season ball game, and we're about to get set. And Lee Wexler, you got more information about tonight's ball game.
I'd like to welcome everyone to Alcoa High School for our second broadcast of Oak Ridge basketball on FM 92.7. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by the Fox Insurance Group, Mortgage Investors Group, TN Bank of Oak Ridge, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Ortho Tennessee, and Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance. We begin our coverage tonight with the Lady Wildcats' second game of the season, 2 weeks to the day since their opener with McMinn County. Oak Ridge won that game 76-66 behind Samaj Clark's 28 points and freshman Ayana Porter's 20. Alcoa will be playing their sixth game of the season. They started with 3 straight losses to begin the season. Losses to McMinn Central, Farragut, and Sevier County, but they have won their last 2 games. Their victories over Ottawa and Austin East as part of their Alcoa Thanksgiving tournament last week. They will try to even their record at 3-3 with a win tonight. Last season, Oak Ridge defeated Alcoa 78-52 at the Wildcat Arena. It was the first time the two teams had played one another since 2011 in what used to be an annual series. This will be the 45th meeting between the Lady Wildcats and Lady Tornadoes, dating back to 1974. Oak Ridge leads the series 41-3. Alcoa's last win came during that 2011 season. Oak Ridge's next game is on Tuesday, and it will be the first district game of the season for both teams. A road trip to Powell to take on the always tough Lady Panthers. Powell is undefeated on the season with wins over Jefferson County on Tuesday, William Blount, Oneida, and the Clinton Lady Dragons. Last season, Oak Ridge defeated Powell 3 times, with the last coming in the District 3 championship game, a 52-43 win at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge also defeated Powell at Powell 58-56 and 55-46 in the regular season at Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge has won the past 4 games with Powell and leads the all-time series 57-17 since 1994. Powell's 17 wins are the second most ever against Oak Ridge, with Campbell County's 18 being the most. We will broadcast both games here on FM 92.7, prepradio.com, channel 15, and we'll stream the game on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Tonight, though, we are live in Alcoa for the first of 2 games with the Tornadoes here on all of our outlets, FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, channel 15, and YouTube. Once again, our sponsors are the Fox Insurance Group, Mortgage Investors Group, Bank of Oak Ridge, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Ortho Tennessee, and Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance. Alcoa for the starting lineups and the tip-off of tonight's game between the Lady Tornadoes and the Lady Wildcats. We'll be back to Alcoa in 3 minutes.
I think I'll use the other mic so I can mute it because we'll get.
like Oak Ridge will open up play against Pulaski County on December the 28th at 12 p.m. Not sure where that game is. Looking at this bracket, there's a lot of teams in there, but Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats will be headed to Greenville after Christmas as they will take on Pulaski County.
Whenever you're done, take it too.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back to Alcoa High School in 2 minutes.
Christian fixed it though, so you might have hit something because it was working. No, it was on. It was muted. It was muted. What? Yeah. We haven't really had any chance to talk here. It's like back and forth, back. Yeah, it happens. Be prepared to be prepared. Big Al? Welcome back once again to Alcoa High School, getting set for the second half of the girls' game. Lady Wildcats were down. What was the score after one quarter?
They were down 15 to 10.
15 to 10, and it was worse than that. It was at least 7 at one point. I think they were down, but now had a frantic second quarter, as we talked about. Primarily, they looked so nervous actually in the first few minutes, and of course, as you said, and I agree with you, you haven't played a ball game honestly since 2 weeks ago. This Alcoa team played 2 last week and won both of them against Ooltewah and Austin East. So they were used to it, and we looked nervous a little bit and tight. But boy, the second quarter was a totally different story.
It really was. I mean, we outscored the Lady Tornadoes 16 to 8 in just the second quarter, David.
Down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge as we're underway. Lady Wildcats get the ball first. Here's Lindsey Cleveland, top of the circle. With it comes Demetria Strickland. Demetria to Lindsey. Lindsey Cleveland works the ball right side. Works the ball over to Emily Lindsey. She's going to drive to the hole. Shot is high off the backboard. No good. On the rebound, Oak Ridge steals it for a second. Saved away by Hayworth. Hayworth down the floor for the Lady Tornadoes. She works the dribble out to the top. That's Carly Hayworth. Guarded by Lindsey Cleveland. Works the ball to the right side of the circle. Bounce pass intercepted by Samaj. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Samaj Clark, free throw line. Gives to Emily Cleveland. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded again, no good. Pulled away by the Lady Tornadoes. 7:13 to play. 26-23 the score. Hayworth with the basketball. They got to stay on her. Anywhere she goes, she's so quick and she likes to launch from the outside. Here's Macy Ridge with it outside the line. She wants to drive in. Swings the ball to her left to Pitts. Pitts picked up at the top by Lindsey Cleveland. The Wildcats currently with Samaj Clark in the ballgame, Ayanna Porter, Emily Lindsey, Lauren Hart, and Lindsey Cleveland. 26-23. You need a roster to keep up with these new Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, you really do, David, because there's so many that are getting playing time so early. We're not used to that.
Here's a steal by Samaj Clark, taken on the floor by the Lady Wildcats. Samaj free throw line jumper, a little too strong, no good. Lady Wildcats have misfired on their shooting here in the early going. Here comes Alcoa down the floor. Outside the three-point line, it goes to Macy Ridge. She's given an easy drive. Missed a shot, though, rebounded by Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats, Demetria Strickland pulls it and throws the ball to Samaj and throws the ball away. In the first quarter, Mark, the Lady Wildcats turned the ball over way too much, and they have not shot the ball incredibly well here in the early going. You don't want to get back to that turnover fest that we saw in the first quarter.
Yeah, we really don't, David. But, unfortunately, with the same 5 starting players that are out there right now, it's like there's no cohesion with these 5 for some reason.
With the basketball, Hayworth thought about shooting. Samaj picks her up way outside the three-point line. She looks like she wanted to either drive or shoot it from way out there. She's going to drive in. Now she is going to shoot. Clang off the iron, no good. On the rebound once again will come the Lady Tornadoes, and then they throw the ball away. The Oak Ridge basketball. Lauren Hart with it. Brings the ball across the line with a bounce pass to Lindsay Cleveland. Inside to Emily Lindsay. Ball's touched last by the Alcoa Lady Tornadoes. 5:37 to play third quarter, 26-23. Nobody has scored here in the first few moments of the third period.
No, it's been, both teams turned it over this time. In the first quarter, we saw it was mainly the Lady Wildcats who were turning the ball over. As Lady Wildcats get the ball in, but they're going to quickly call a foul.
Personal foul is going to go against Alcoa. I think it's going to go against perhaps Hodge, I believe, Trinity Hodge. That'll be the first foul called against them. Oak Ridge ball. Lauren Hart needs to work it in. Does to Lindsay Cleveland. Cleveland throws the ball across the floor, but took a step and turns the ball over. Another turnover here in the early going. It'll be Coach Paige Redmond Taylor to call a timeout. We'll hold it right here, Brian. 26-23 our score. We didn't really get a chance to talk much in the first half of the game because it was so frantic, but it was a tale of 2 quarters for sure.
Oh, it really was, David. As we said, they outscored us 15-10 in the first quarter. We outscored them 16-8 in the second quarter. Lady Wildcats, especially their bench players came out on the floor with a fire in their belly for sure, David.
26-23 is our score. Lady Wildcats have played a lot of players. Lady Wildcats are without the services of Gracie Herron, who tore her knee up in the preseason. Cannon Green is unable to play tonight. Kate LaFoon is unable to play. She is in a boot right now, and I guess Bella Boone is able to play, but she hasn't gotten in yet. 26-23, Lady Wildcats by 3. 5:33 to play here in the third period from Alcoa. Only the second game of the year for Lady Wildcats. Game number 6 for Alcoa. They're in the rear court. They work the ball to Macy Ridge. Blows through the trap, works the ball right, and throws the ball along the baseline. They drive in for a shot. That's no good. Rebounded by Alcoa. There's Hayworth wide open. Three-pointer, good. Cannot leave her alone, and we've got a tie ball game. 26-26 to score. Lady Wildcats have got to get back to what they were doing in the first half, and that's getting the ball up the floor and getting good shots. Demetria Strickland had a great first half. She gives it off to Hart. Hart dribbles at the midcourt circle. Stops, now penetrates in, all the way left side. Gives it in to Lindsay Cleveland. Right side to the corner. Off the fingertips of Demetria, out of bounds. Too many turnovers here in the early going of the third.
Yeah, a little bit too much, just kind of dribbling and then passing. Each player would kind of dribble from one side of the court to the other and then pass it, and then the same thing would happen. So they got to work their offense a little bit better than that.
Well, Ayanna Porter has just come back in the ball game, and that's somebody who's really good at running the offense. As they work the ball across the line, driving in, free throw line jumper is too strong, no good. Rebound to Oak Ridge. Here comes Oak Ridge's Ayanna Porter. Porter coming coast to coast with it, dribbles to the hole, goes in for the shot, no good.
Nice.
Rebounded back by Porter. Porter pulls it out, gives it out, three-pointer on its way, no good. Rebound again, a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give the Lady Tornadoes the ball. 26-26 to score, 4:22 to play. We're in the third period here at Alcoa High School on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. Lady Wildcats playing with a little pressure as they get the ball across the line. Hayworth got to slow her down. She goes in for the shot, and they're going to call a foul against Oak Ridge on the floor. It's close to a walk there, Mark. That's what you were signaling, but she might have gotten a little contact. Coach Taylor says probably a walk, not a foul, but that was the call. It'll be Alcoa basketball underneath the goal. 26-26 to score. Lady Tornadoes to work the ball in. 4:12 to play, yet to do it. Now they get a wide open look in the corner. That's an air ball, no good for three. Jump ball, Oak Ridge basketball. 4:08 to play third quarter, 26-26. Both teams out of the gate a little bit sluggish.
Yeah, I just noticed there, David, they could have called walking out of bounds there because she was moving her feet out of bounds. She did not have the baseline like you do after a made shot, so she was kind of moving her feet down there. Should have been called a walk on the inbound play.
Down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge. They'll work the ball out to the top to Lauren Hart. Hart dribbles right, kicks the ball back out to Porter. Ayana Porter nearly walks, backs it over to Lauren. Lauren Hart drives the paint, looks to her left, gives it out to Demetria. Demetria cross court, three-pointer, right corner, high arcing shot, 3 points for the Lady Wildcats. Nice shot again by Ayana Porter, and she's got 9. Lady Wildcats back up by 3. 29-26 to score. Here's Hayworth driving in. Hayworth all the way in layup. Good. Didn't cut the baseline off. She's so quick. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor quickly with our quick player, Ayana Porter. Porter backs it up in the midcourt circle, then attacks inside. Right extension of the free throw line is Samaj for 3. No good. Rebound. Oak Ridge Demetria had it, but she was stepping out of bounds as she pulled it away. Lady Wildcats by 1, 29-28 the score. 3:13 to play here in the third period. It'll be Oak Ridge substituting. Looks like Lindsay Cleveland is out of the ball game. Oak Ridge substituting Samaj Clark out. Zayana Stewart is in the game. Jenna Johnson in the ball game. So the Lady Wildcats currently on the floor with 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a senior. With the basketball will come Alcoa. They trail Oak Ridge by 1. 29-28 the score on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools, television channel 15. We're also streaming the game live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. With the basketball number 22, that's Aiden Davis to the hole. Shot is no good. Last touch by Oak Ridge out of bounds will be Alcoa basketball underneath the goal. David Bauman is the head coach of the Alcoa Tornadoes. Asked for a roster from him, never got it. Thank goodness I got it from one of their media people. Their basketball, they get a shot off, no good. Rebound, Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats with the ball and the lead. Down the floor, quick pass, bad idea. Zay Stewart goes for the shot, no good, but she draws the foul. Lady Wildcats, you can't say these freshmen aren't aggressive, that's for sure. Personal foul against Alcoa, and Zay will go to the free throw line for the Lady Wildcats. Lady Wildcat lead is 1. 29-28 the score, 2:32 to play third period. Zay's first shot is good. Good bloodline. We've talked about that, Mark. Kiki Stewart, her mother, the all-time leading scorer in Lady Wildcat history. Her uncle, of course, Mr. T. Higgins. Second toss-up. Good. Lady Wildcats back up by 3. 31-28 the score. Alcoa moving left to right. Oak Ridge's next ball game will be coming up on Tuesday as the Lady Wildcats and guys travel to Powell to take on the Panthers as Hayworth scores off the glass, and the Lady Wildcats lead is 1. 31-30 the score. I don't think as Oak Ridge uses their quickness, and the shot is good by Oak Ridge's Ayana Porter, and Coach B wants a timeout. 33-30 the score. He's not happy. I wasn't happy that he didn't send me a roster. 33-30 the score. We'll be back to Alcoa in 30 seconds. David Clary back here with Mark Case, Lee Wexler, Alex Baraxa. Christian Rosas Rodriguez is with us here, along with Brian Bennett, our engineer. He's back in the studios. Lady Wildcats on top of Alcoa 33-30, 2:11 to play third period here at Alcoa High School. Here comes the Lady Tornadoes coming down the floor. Lady Wildcats currently in the ball game. Demetria Strickland, Ayana Porter, Lauren Hart, Jenna Johnson, Zay Stewart. There's a travel. Good defense by Demetria and Ayana Porter. Coach B not too happy about that call, but she ran right into the defense, and he's lucky he didn't just get teed up there. He was very vocal to his young ladies during the break.
Yeah, he has been ever since about midway through the first quarter, David. He is very unsatisfied with the play of his players tonight.
Lauren Hart with the basketball, works the ball top of the circle. Left corner it goes. Here comes Porter. Ayana drives, gives it in. Nice pass. Shot is up, no good. Got to finish the shot. It's rebounded on the floor, and I think they're going to call a foul on Zayana Stewart. And I think that's the call. Kiki not happy with that one. Looking up in the stands there. That'll be her second foul. Team foul for the Lady Wildcats. Number 2. And down the floor with the basketball will come Alcoa. 33-30 the score. You have to get the ball across the line. Here comes Eden Davis with it. Eden dribbles in. Works the ball to the left corner. Hayworth, long three. No good. Rebounded by the Tornadoes, and they'll set it up again. Got to stay with Hayworth there. They give her a little bit of space. She's at the midcourt circle. 33-30 the score. Lady Wildcats by 3. 1:12 to play, third period. Their basketball. Alcoa dribbling in, penetrating, driving, throwing up a prayer. It's answered with a foul. It was not going to go in. It was not a pretty move, but she'll earn it at the free throw line if she can knock down these 2 shots. That's Macy Ridge going to the line for the Tornadoes. One thing I like, they are aggressive. They handle the ball real well, and they shoot the ball real well, Alcoa.
Yeah, they do. I mean, this is a very good team. I mean, I know we started the season. We played McMinn County, I believe, and they were a very good team. Very good competition for the Lady Wildcats so far this season.
Lady Wildcat lead is now 2, and I don't know over to the scores table. Lady Wildcats, I'm not sure what the controversy was, but Oak Ridge will substitute. It looks like Demetria is going to come out of the ball game. Back in the game will come Samaj Clark. The free throw is good. It should be 33-31. 1:05 to play, third period. Second toss off the mark, no good. Jenna Johnson, Lady Wildcat freshman, on the rebound. Comes down the floor. They didn't put it up on the scoreboard, though. Now they do. Here comes Oak Ridge basketball. Here goes to the left side. Ayana baseline jumper is no good. Good rebound by Oak Ridge. Back up with Zay. Shot no good. Over the back. Grabs another rebound to Jenna. Jenna Johnson, left side. Samaj Clark, 5 out of 3. No place to go. Just backs it up. 40 seconds to play, third quarter. 33-31 Oak Ridge. Now here comes Samaj. Throws it inside to Jenna. Works the ball left side. Ayana Porter for 3. No good. Rebound again by Oak Ridge. That's Samaj. Backs it up to Johnson. Johnson swings the ball to Stewart. Anna dribbles right. Stops. Down to 22 seconds to play. Now Lauren Hart attacks the ball inside to Jenna. Jenna Johnson backs it up. Here it goes to Zayana Stewart. Dribbling, driving, shooting. Good! Off the glass. Zayana Stewart. And the Lady Wildcats have a 4-point lead. I think that's their biggest lead of the night. 35-31 the score. Hayworth drives in. Penetrates. Drives. Throws up a shot. No good! Rebounded by Oak Ridge as the third quarter comes to a close. We played 3 quarters of basketball here at Alcoa. Lady Wildcats lead it 35-31. We'll be back in 60 seconds. She tries to do too much. We'll go back once again to Alcoa High School, 35-31. Lady Wildcats lead as we head to the fourth and final period. Alcoa will get the ball first. Lady Wildcats come out with Ayana Porter, Samaj Clark, Zayana Stewart, Lauren Hart, and Jenna Johnson. They throw the ball away. Coach B not too happy. About to throw his water bottle up into the stands. Oak Ridge by 4, 35-31 the score. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball coming down the floor. 35-31, I believe the 4 points is the biggest lead for Oak Ridge.
I believe it is, David. It's been neck and neck ever since, like we said, about halftime. So great job by Lady Wildcats. Continue to stretch their lead.
Zay Stewart goes up for the shot, forced it just a bit. Down the floor, the basketball will come once again. The Lady Tornadoes cross the line. Hayworth, they leave her open for three. Clang off the iron, no good. Rebound, big battle for it. That should be a jump ball. It is. Jump ball will be Oak Ridge basketball. Possession arrow in our direction. 35-31 the score. 7:26 to play in the ballgame. Oak Ridge by 4. 35-31. Not the same 76 points we saw the other night against McMinn County as Lauren Hart has the basketball, but it's been a defensive struggle as Johnson, nice pass, goes into Stewart, shot is up, no good. Jenna on the rebound, back up with it, good! And the freshman is fouled. Jenna Johnson scores her first 2 varsity points, and she'll go to the free throw line.
What a great play. I mean, she had just right before that, David, she had a great dish over to Samaj, who wasn't able to get the ball in, but she got the rebound, did Jenna James, and now she just connects on the three-point play.
And down the floor with the basketball, they've yet to put it on the scoreboard. Now they do. It's a 7-point Lady Wildcat lead. 38-31 the score. Alcoa basketball pass is going to be deflected. Saved by the Tornadoes. They double dribble the basketball. Good defense. Zayana Stewart. And Oak Ridge will substitute Emily Lindsay back in the ball game. And out of the game will come Zay Stewart. Oak Ridge on top by 7. 38-31 the score. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, and Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. Oak Ridge basketball. Lauren Hart with it. Throws the ball, intending it. Lost it. Hayworth steals it. Here comes the Lady Tornadoes. Got to guard her. She wants to shoot that 3. Don't give her any space. 6:43 to play. She now dribbles in against Hart to the free throw line. Lost the ball. She dribbled too much. She got bailed out by a reach and foul. The Oak Ridge fans don't believe it. I didn't honestly see it. There might have been a little slap on the wrist.
Lauren Hart.
It'll be Lauren Hart picking up her 4th foul, and she'll have to come out of the ball game. And Demetria Strickland will come back in the ball game. They'll substitute Ensminger out of the ball game as well. 7-point Lady Wildcat lead, 38-31 the score. Their basketball, yet to get it in. That's got to be close to 5. They work the ball right side in the corner. We've got a new girl in the ball game. That's Trinity Hodge once again. Back to Hayworth it goes. Hayworth works the ball, dribbles in. Good defense being applied on her. 6:27 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge by 7. They shoot a 3. They throw up an air ball. Out of bounds will be Oak Ridge basketball. Oak Ridge by 7, so they're not shooting the ball quite as effectively as they did in the first part of the game.
No, they're a lot more flustered now. I mean, at the beginning of the game, David, they seem very poised, but now playing from behind, they seem quite flustered.
Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor, 38-31 the score, 6:15 to play in the ball game. Ayana Porter with it, looks back door, no place to go, gives it off to Johnson.
Nice.
Johnson dribbles in, shoots, shot is up, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Tornadoes. And what should be a jump ball, they're going to call a reach-in foul against Oak Ridge. Not sure of the team fouls there. It's not enough to send them to the free throw line. 7-point Lady Wildcat lead, 6:06 to play in the ball game. 38-31 Oak Ridge. Macy Ridge with the basketball. Works the ball across the way. Nearly intercepted by Samaj. Saved on the floor by Eden Davis. Davis on a bounce pass. Gives it up on the left side, dribbling with it. Out high into the midcourt line, Macy Ridge. Ridge holds the ball at the midcourt circle. Gives it over to Hayworth. 5:47 to play. Hayworth with it. Back to Davis. Davis swings the ball to Ridge. Ridge looks back door. Good defense, Oak Ridge. Samaj avoids that backdoor cut. Here comes Hayworth, driving, shooting, fouled, and she'll shoot free throws. I know what the strategy is going to be down the stretch here is let Hayworth do what she can do.
Yeah, they're going to try to let her just take over the game as Ayana Porter picks up her 3rd foul. Team 6th of the second half. Going to the line will be, as you said, number 23, Hayworth. She makes her free throw, David. She now has 16 points in the ball game.
6-point Lady Wildcat lead, 38-32 the score, 5:34 to play. Second toss, no good. Long rebound, though, by the Tornadoes. They have a chance for a 3-point play or a 4-point play as they work the ball left side. Here it goes to Ridge. Ridge drives left, gives it out to the top to Davis. Eden Davis drives left, extension of the free throw line to Hodge. Hodge to Hayworth, guarded by Samaj now. She wants to drive on her, swings the ball back out for a 3. It's on its way, no good. Wildcats this time pull down the board with Demetria Strickland to Jenna Johnson. Out outlet, goes in for the shot.
Nice.
Good. Jenna Johnson off the glass, and Oak Ridge's lead is 8. 40-32 the score. Here comes Hayworth down the floor, bounce pass inside, block shot. Oh! Clean block by Emily Lindsay, but the foul's called against Oak Ridge, and that'll send Hayworth to the free throw line. 4:57 to play. Very exciting ball game, Mark. A lot of turnovers early, but a very up and down the floor kind of ball game. That's where we're going to see the boys game too.
Yeah, and that's really, to my way of thinking, really advantage the Lady Wildcats, because I believe that the Lady Wildcats bench is much deeper than Alcoa's.
Let's take a quick timeout as Coach B takes one. 40-33, Oak Ridge by 7. Back in 60 seconds. Welcome back once again to Alcoa High School. Lady Wildcat lead is 7. 40-33 is our score. One more free throw about to be shot by Eden Davis. And good. Oak Ridge basketball, a little pressure in the rear court. Here comes Ayanna Porter down the floor. Blows past Hayworth's going to drive to her right. Back it up with her dribble. 4:50 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge by 6. Here comes Ayanna. Wildcat basketball. Jenna Johnson dribbles all the way to the baseline. Shoots. Missed a shot. Couldn't get it to fall. The Wildcats get the rebound, though, and they'll back it up. Good hustle there by Ayanna Porter. Wildcats by 6. 40-34 the score. 4:33 to play. Backdoor play. Nice play. Inside. Shot blocked. Lady Wildcats should have taken the shot early on, and they won too many passes right there, Mark.
Yeah, there really was. I think she had a clean shot there, but she ended up giving up off to Emily Lindsay, who just couldn't pull the trigger fast enough.
Lady Wildcats got to find some offense here. A little bit of a drought, and they got to guard that young lady who launches a 3 and hits it. Cuts the lead in half, and just like that, the 8-point lead is cut down. And it's an offensive foul called against Ayanna Porter. I didn't see it, but that's, it's what they called. They're going to call a player control foul, and that'll be her 4th foul. That helps them. It'll be their basketball underneath the goal. 3-point lead. Lady Wildcats substituting. Demetria Strickland back in. Zay Stewart is in. Here comes Hayworth. Ties it if she hits it. Missed it. Rebound, Lindsay Cleveland. Lady Wildcat basketball. Cleveland was fouled. Nothing called there. Trailing official. Works the ball down the floor. And it'll be a foul now called against the Lady Tornadoes. I think we're getting a little bit of taste of a home court advantage right now, Mark.
Yeah, I think we are. It's a little chaotic out there, and the calls seem to be going, what else in a chaotic place but for the Tornadoes.
3:52 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge by 3. It was 8. Oak Ridge ball. Going to be a quick 8 if she doesn't hurry. Lady Wildcat basketball. In the right corner, Oak Ridge setting it up, driving in along the baseline. Left corner, three-pointer. It's up, no good. Great hustle by Lindsey Cleveland. Ball's picked up, though, by the Lady Tornadoes. Alcoa basketball. They need a guard. They give it off to Hayworth. They can tie it with a three. We've got 3:35 to play. Got to pick up Hayworth. She's going to dribble in, kick the ball to the corner. Thought about shooting a shot, will not take it. Now they get a drive to the baseline. Shot is up, good. 1 point game. Telling you the Wildcats need offense. And here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Here comes Oak Ridge racing coast to coast.
Nice.
Here goes Zay Stewart. Shot good. That stops the flow for a moment. And it's a 3-point game. 42-39 the score. 3:09 to play in the basketball game. Down the floor, Alcoa turns it over. Coach B is not happy. Not happy at all, Mark Haste.
No, he can't even look at the court as he looks up at the clock, and he realizes there's only 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in this ball game.
Oak Ridge basketball. Here comes Ayana Porter. Ayana dribbles the ball left side, driving with it. Oak Ridge, nice pass. There's a shot. What's the call?
Call a walk.
For that, they're going to call a foul against Trinity Hodge, I believe, of Alcoa. The Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal, leading by 3, 42-39, 2:58 to play in the basketball game here at Alcoa High School. Oak Ridge basketball. The boys junior varsity won big. Oak Ridge got to get it in soon. Demetria works it into Ayana Porter. Ayana turns, spins, double team, no place to go. Back it goes to Lindsey Cleveland. Cleveland around the Samaj. Samaj has been really handled pretty well by the Tornadoes. Has really not had a typical Samaj game, but you got to credit them. Backdoor play to Ayana, goes in for the shot, no good. Gets her own rebound, no good. Rebound, Oak Ridge had it. It's a jump ball. What's the call? It's a jump ball, and the alternate possession arrow will give the ball to Alcoa. 2:36 to play. The Wildcats, nice plays, just didn't finish the shot here. Now they got to play defense once again. 2:36 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge on top, 42-39. Alcoa basketball. Pitts with it to Hayworth. Might have stutter step with it. Works the ball to the midcourt line. Here it goes to Ridge. Back to Hayworth. Got a guard. They work the ball to the corner. Almost throw the ball away. Now they come away, and they do throw the ball away. Well, not aggressive enough. Lady Wildcats and bodies all over the floor. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Maybe a timeout by Alcoa. 2:21 to play. That is a full timeout. We'll take a shorter one, though. 42-39 Lady Wildcats. 2:21 to play the ball game. Back in 30 seconds. Once again, Marquez, the Oak Ridge High School basketball team is doing the Creating Christmas Memories. With your support, the Oak Ridge High School boys and girls basketball team will be taking children that have been selected by the District Family Resource Center on a special Christmas shopping trip. The goal is to spend $100 each on as many children as possible on December the 12th. Please either drop donations at Oak Ridge High School, checks only made out to Oak Ridge basketball boosters, or mail them to Post Office Box 5834, Oak Ridge, Tennessee 37831. That's a great thing that they do.
Yeah, it really is. Talk about giving back to the community, and just it teaches the young boys to
girls
volunteer their time. Yeah, and girls to volunteer their time and give back to their community.
Alcoa yet to get the ball in. Now they do. They had a shot. They didn't take it. Lady Wildcat lead is 3. It was 8 at one point. They've led by as many as about 8 as well. 42-39 the score. 2:11 to play. The Wildcats by 3 on defense here. Currently playing with Samaj Clark, Demetria Strickland, Zayana Stewart, along with, let's see, who's else in the ballgame? Ayana Porter. Hayworth of the basketball, drives against Samaj, throws one up there, missed it. Rebound, Oak Ridge. Demetria Strickland coming out of there with the basketball. Bounce pass, right side. Zay Stewart for a bucket, no good. Rebound, tracked down by Cleveland. Lady Wildcat basketball, minute 45 to play. Oak Ridge by 3. Lindsey Cleveland with the basketball. Hands it off to Ayana Porter. The freshman dribbles around the screen. Harassed. No place to go except inside for a shot, which is good. Zay Stewart knocks it down, and she's got 12 points in the ball game? Lady Wildcat lead is 5. 44-39 the score, a minute 23 to play. With the basketball will come the Lady Tornadoes. Eden Davis with the basketball to Trinity Hodge. Works the ball right side to Macy Ridge, to Hayworth for 3. Brick City, no good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Coming down with it will come Samaj Clark. Samaj and the Lady Wildcats, coast to coast, kicks it out. There's a 3. No good. Tracked down, though, by Oak Ridge's Lindsey Cleveland. Back to Samaj Clark. Back to Oak Ridge's Ayanna Porter. Around to Demetria Strickland. Under a minute to play in the ballgame. Oak Ridge on top by 5. 44-39. Play is halted.
Foul.
On the floor, Mark?
There'll be a foul on Hayworth, I believe, Dave. That should be her third.
Not a shooting violation yet, as Oak Ridge will get Lauren Hart back in the ball game. Lindsey Cleveland checks out. 50 seconds to play. 44-39, Lady Wildcats in the lead. Oak Ridge ball. Wildcats work it into Ayanna Porter. Porter is going to be getting the ball to the midcourt line, and there's another foul against Hayworth. That's her 4th personal foul. 47.5 seconds to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge leads 44-39, and the freshman Ayanna Porter will go to the free throw line.
Tonight, David, she has 11 points in the ball game. This will be her first attempt from the free throw line.
Lauren Hart checks out. Lindsey Cleveland back in. A lot of new faces on this Lady Wildcat team. Here's the freshman shooting the first one. No good, but who's got the rebound? Oak Ridge, and the Lady Wildcats get a bucket. No good, but another foul, and that's going to send Zay Stewart to the free throw line. 44-39, 45.3 seconds. Big, important free throws here by the freshman, and I say freshman a lot tonight.
Yeah, as to the line will be Stewart, David. She has 12 points in the ball game, leading. No, I was thinking she's led all players, but Carly Hayworth for Alcoa has got 19.
Missed the first free throw, though. Lady Wildcats have missed their last 2. 44-39 the score. Zay back to the free throw line. Toss looks a little strong. No good. Rebound saved away by Alcoa. Then they reach in. It's a jump ball. Who's got the possession arrow? The Cardinal and Gray will have possession. 42 seconds to play. Lady Wildcats in the lead, 44-39. Here comes Lauren Hart back in the ballgame. Lindsey Cleveland will check out. Lady Wildcats, looks like one of the Lady Wildcats is ill here, and Coach Taylor is going to have to call a timeout. Why don't we take it with them? 44-39 the score. We'll take a break. We'll be back to Alcoa High School following this 30-second timeout. Franklin. Oak Ridge by 6. Can salt the game away with this free throw. Free throw, good. Point game. Lady Wildcats 15 seconds away for their second win of the year. 12 seconds away. Here come the Lady Tornadoes down the floor. There's a steal by Lauren Hart. Lauren Hart to Lindsay Cleveland. Lindsay Cleveland watches the clock tick down. Coach B's Alcoa Lady Tornadoes defeated on their home floor 46-39, and he doesn't even shake hands. Gets to the back end of the bench. Very, very upset. Down go the Tornadoes, and what a really good team they have. 46-39 is your final score, I believe. They stopped for a moment. I think no handshakes because of COVID. They just wave at each other as we wave goodbye to the Lady Tornadoes. They are defeated 46-39. Mark, not a great start for the Lady Wildcats in a frantic game, but the Lady Wildcats come away with a win.
Yeah, they do, David. You know, give the Lady Wildcats credit for their tenacity tonight. You know, they could have very easily come out after not playing for 2 weeks, as we said, and just kind of laid an egg, but they did not. They stayed in the ball game. They fought the entire time. A great team to watch this year, David. If any of you viewers have an opportunity to come out and watch the Lady Wildcats, they're going to be exceptional this year.
And the Lady Wildcats win. We're going to take a break here. We're going to send it back to the station. Lady Wildcats win. We'll be back. Coach Taylor will come up to speak to me. We'll get that and the final stats following this 3-minute timeout. What was the final again? Thank you very much.
Sorry, took so long.
That's all right. Like I said, that's not an issue. Thank you for this.
Ron Merritt has nothing to do with that.
Girls are really good.
He went to Alcoa and graduated from here.
At least that guy is another one. Yeah, I heard on that.
I don't know if you're late because they have bad records. Mississippi.
Yeah, I actually saw that on
We went to North City.
frantic kind of a ball game.
Yeah, no kidding.
Man, he got so much talent. I mean, seriously.
I know. Scary.
Yeah,
They'll just, you know.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, I mean, seriously. I guess Ayana's still had her stomach issue.
It's a medication thing. The medicine makes it.
Yeah, hopefully she has all weekend to get better. I mean, y'all make a lot of mistakes, but it's...
Well, that's what we were talking about halftime. Like, that, especially the younger girls, they're wild and they make mistakes. They're playing hard.
Yeah, and you can't really...
And that's what we talked about watching. Like, I love the effort. We got to learn how to play control with that much effort. Like, we got to have some composure.
Yeah. And Samaj, they took Samaj out of it a little bit tonight too. So remember, 23 is as fast as anybody we play. This is a bad team though. I'm not a big fan. I've lost him now, but I saw it. I was like, wow. Where is he? Welcome back once again to Alcoa High School. The Lady Wildcats have defeated the Lady Tornadoes of Alcoa. Coach Taylor is with me now. Coach, Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Hey, the game started in the first quarter. Well, at least you got the Jack said it seemed like about 10 turnovers
Yep.
in the first quarter. Got behind. Couldn't even really get a shot off here because you kept turning the ball over. And then had some breakdowns on defense. You didn't look pretty in the first quarter. Second quarter, a little bit calmer, better defense, obviously. You got some really good shots off. You got a lot of players in the ball game. I know you're very pleased with the effort for sure to start the finish, really.
Yeah, super. We talked about that at halftime. Starting that game out. I mean, we've only had one. This is our second game. We've been practicing. We talked about that last night on the show. And we talked about that before the game. How are we going to come out? And those girls, that youth, they have to work through some of that. And they did. They worked through it, and we got better. And one thing you can't coach. I've always said this. You can't coach effort. And I told them that at halftime. Like, the effort's there. I'm not concerned about the effort. We got to figure out how to keep our composure with that much effort and play the pace of this game the way we want to play it with composure.
Coach, you and I were talking off the air. You've got so much talent in your younger players. One person I was surprised at, not really, because I remember watching her play, but we didn't see her play much last year, was Demetria. She really almost kind of carried you there in the first part of the game.
Yeah, Demetria had a good game. She's had a good week of practice. When Demetria is in, when she's in it mentally and she's there, she can be really, really good. And she's still got a lot of growth too. I mean, she's young, doesn't have a lot of RC experience, and this was a good opportunity for her. And I was very pleased with her effort.
Coach, I can tell you, it's very hard for me to call a frantic ball game like that because it's just so chaotic, actually, out there. But a little bit of controlled chaos is not so bad. What you and I were talking about is a lot of chaos is not as controlled as it probably will be later on.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we always talk about this too. Like, you've got to get better every game. We've got to look and we've got to reflect on this game and say, okay, what can we do differently? What can we do to get better? And one of those things is the chaos. A little bit of chaos is okay. But you gotta be able to stop it and get yourself together and move forward.
Coach, individually, I can talk about just about everybody contributed, whether it be on the defensive side. You got a lot of deflections. It was good to see Jenna Johnson get in there and play. I know she's been kind of battling an elbow. She's an athlete. I mean, she's gonna really help you too. Somebody we haven't really talked much about.
Yeah, I mean, she can jump and she can move in a way that you can't coach the things that she can do athletically. And she's great around the rim. But again, we got to finish around the rim too. But yeah, like you said, I thought it was a very a collective effort. I don't think I could sit here and go through something that each one of them did that was really, really good. And it's one of those things where we're taking charges. I don't know that we've probably taken more charges in this 2 games than probably my whole career combined. Who knows? I don't know. I like the fact that they're gritty. I like the fact that they're not afraid. And it's a good mix of kids.
Coach, you've got the Pal Lady Panthers on Tuesday. These first 2 ball games, just kind of warm-ups to that district ball game. Pal's got, I forgot her first name, but it's Trum is her last name. I'm not remembering who they have coming back, but they're always tough.
They are, and it's at Pal, and it's a district game. And I know a lot of people would look at our district and say that it's not that strong, but we've this year it's going to be a little bit different. Pal's a tough team. He's going to coach to win, and those girls are going to come to battle.
Coach, just your final comments on the win tonight at Alcoa.
It was a hard-fought game. I'll never say anything really negative about the officiating, but we battled what I felt like was some bad calls. Especially in the second half. I mean, it went from foul count 3-3 to 9-3 like that, and some questionable calls on my end. But again, the girls didn't get frustrated with that. A lot of times that gets in your head and gets frustrated. Alcoa went on a run. We went up, I think, 7 or 8, and they go on a run, and we never let them take the lead, and then we separated ourselves. So I'm proud of the girls.
Coach, thanks a lot, and have a good weekend.
Thank you, too.
Coach Paige Taylor, Lady Wildcats win. Let's get Lee in here. He's got the final stats of the ball game.
The final stats in Oak Ridge's win over Alcoa. Stats for the Lady Wildcats: Demetria Strickland with 13 points, was 1 for 2 with 2-pointers, was 2 for 5 with 3-pointers, and was 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Zayana Stewart with 12 points, 5 for 11 for 2-pointers, and was 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Ayana Porter, 11 points, 4 for 11 from 2-pointers, was 1 for 4 at the 3-point line, and was 0 for 1 on free throws. Samaj Clark with 3 points, 0 for 3 inside the 3-point line, was 1 for 4 from the 3-point line, being her only 3 points. Lindsay Cleveland with 2, had a 2-pointer and was 0 for 1 from the 3-point line. Jenna Johnson with 5 was 2 for 5 for 2-pointers and was 1 for 1 at the free throw line. Alcoa scoring: Macy Ridge with 7, 1 for 6 for 2-pointers, was 1 for 4 from the 3-point line, and 2 for 5 at the free throw line. Kara Pitts with 9 was 4 for 5 for 2-pointers and 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Eden Davis with 3 was 1 for 4 for 2-pointers, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, and was 1 for 1 at the free throw line. And Carly Hayworth had 19 points for the Tornadoes, was 3 for 5 for 2-pointers, 4 for 11 from the 3-point line, and was 1 for 2 from the free throw line, as the Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats were victorious here at Alcoa, 46-39.
Why don't you kind of give us a little bit of rundown on the boys' game about to get set?
Well, we're going to turn our broadcast now to the Oak Ridge boys basketball team. As we turn our attention to the boys' game and the 90th meeting between Oak Ridge and Alcoa in a rivalry that dates back to 1949. Oak Ridge leads the series 59-30, with the latest win coming last season here in Alcoa. Oak Ridge won 77-62 in a game coached by assistant coach Danny Green in the absence of coach Aaron Green, who had tested positive for COVID before the tournament began. Alcoa's last win over Oak Ridge came in 1998, and Oak Ridge has won 11 straight in the series. Alcoa is, for obvious reasons, without their football players, who will be playing in a state championship tomorrow in Chattanooga. Alcoa will suit up 8 freshmen tonight, 2 sophomores, 1 junior, and 1 senior. However, that won't be the case when the 2 teams play again in February, and that team will be young with only 1 senior, Terrence Dorsey, but we'll add 1 more junior and only 1 more sophomore, and then 3 of tonight's freshmen will probably not dress that. Alcoa, it is fair to say, is a very young team. They are 3-3 on the season with wins over McMinn Central, Hardin Valley, and East Hamilton. Their losses have been to Morristown East, Daniel Boone, and Providence Academy. Tonight's game should be a high-scoring affair, with Alcoa averaging 86 points per game through 6 games, including a 100-plus game against McMinn Central. Oak Ridge in their wins against McMinn County and Volunteers, averaging 82 points per game. Oak Ridge will begin District 3 play on Tuesday with another road trip, at this time to Powell. Oak Ridge has won 6 straight in the series, dating back to the 2018 District Championship game. We'll broadcast that game on FM 92.7, prepradio.com, Channel 15, and we'll attempt to stream the game on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Once again, our sponsors are the Fox Insurance Group, Mortgage Investors Group, TN Bank of Oak Ridge, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Ortho Tennessee, and Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance. In a moment, we'll return to Alcoa for the starting lineups and the tip-off of tonight's game between the Alcoa Tornadoes and the Oak Ridge Wildcats. We'll be back to Alcoa in 1 minute.
Welcome back once again to Alcoa High School getting set for the boys game here. So far, so good. The boys junior varsity won their ball game today. The Lady Wildcats with a win. And now you've got the starting lineups for the boys game.
Thank you very much, David. Starting for first Alcoa, they'll come with number 2, Javin Carter, followed by number 4, Terrence Dorsey, number 5, Ty Cates, number 10, Joseph Carter, and number 12, A.J. Love. Starting for the Wildcats, they'll come out with number 1, Darren Osborne, followed by number 2, Lucas Searcy, number 4, Caden Updegraff, number 10, his brother, Jamison Updegraff, and number 20, Brennan Scott.
Thanks a lot, Mark. We're about to get underway here. As the two teams are getting out there, the Wildcats are wearing their all-gray jerseys with cardinal and white. The Alcoa Tornadoes wearing their white jerseys with maroon. And we're about to get underway here. The Wildcats will send Darren Osborne to the circle. He'll be jumping, and as soon as the music ends, he'll be jumping with number 5 for them, Ty Cates. He's 6-foot junior. Darren Osborne is a senior, and I'm going to talk about the sponsorship of this game in a moment. The ball is controlled by Oak Ridge, and we are underway. With the basketball, Brennan Scott works the ball to Jamison Updegraff. Around the right side, it goes to Caden. Caden swings the ball to Osborne. Backdoor play inside to Caden for the shot. No good. He's fouled. Foul's going to be called against Terrence Dorsey, 6'2 senior player. And to the free throw line will go Oak Ridge's Caden Updegraff. No score in the ball game, just underway. 7:46 to play here in the first period. First of 2 free throws on its way up there. Good. Wildcats have the lead, 1-0. They like to get up and down the floor. They are averaging 86 points a ball game, Mark. So this could be a track meet here tonight.
Wow, that is exceptional as an average. As the second free throw's up, no good. Came up the graph now with 1 point.
Here comes Alcoa down the floor with the basketball. Will come Carter. Carter nearly lost the ball. Saved on the floor by Cates. Cates drives in, throws up a shot. Good. Alcoa by 1. Down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge. No pressure in the rear court. Here comes Jamison Updegraff. Jamison, top of the circle, works the ball to Brendan Scott, comes off to the right to Caden Updegraff. Round to the top it goes to Jamison. Around the left wing it goes once again to Darren Osborne. Good news tonight here, Mark, is we're going to get to see Brandon Hayward play his first ball game. As Oak Ridge launches a 3, it's up, no good. Rebound to Alcoa. Terrence Dorsey comes down with a rebound. 2-1 our score. They work the ball left side to Carter. Carter backs it up. Lady Wildcats won, the JV won. We're just underway in the boys game. They work the ball in for a shot, no good. Rebound, Oak Ridge's Lucas Searcy. Lucas coming down the floor with the basketball. Gives it off left side. Jamison Updegraff for 3, no good. Rebound, good. Oh, late whistle. Might have been a good call, but it was just a late whistle. Foul's going to be called against Darren Osborne. Tonight's boys game is being sponsored in part by Rachelle Osborne Brown. Rachelle was an outstanding athlete at Oak Ridge High School during the late 70s and early 80s, scoring over 500 points in her basketball career, which began in the half-court days and ended during Jill Pruden's first season as the Oak Ridge head coach. We thank Rachelle Osborne Brown for continuing support of Oak Ridge sports and thank her once again for sponsoring our ball game here tonight. Missed shot taken on the floor by Oak Ridge. Here comes Oak Ridge down to Brennan. Brennan pulls up. Shot is up. Good. Brennan Scott scores his first 2, and the Wildcats have their lead at 1 once again. 3-2 our score. Down the floor will come Alcoa. Carter with the basketball. That's Javian Carter. He backs it up. Here it goes out to Cates. Ty Cates drives against Jamison, throws the ball along the baseline. They get a 3 in the corner. It's up, hits the rim, no good. Lucas Searcy on the rebound. Lucas brings the ball down the floor. 3-2 Wildcats, 5:58 to play. Lucas to the hole, goes up for the shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, lost it on the floor, saved by Jamison. He shoots the 3, it's good. 3-point shot, Jamison Updegraff, his first 3, and Oak Ridge leads 6-2. 5:42 to play. We're in the first quarter. Here comes the Tornadoes. Out to the top it goes. Once again to Cates. Long 3. It's up good. You talk about a long-range 3. That is Terrence Dorsey way back at the 3-point line.
Yeah, that was really downtown, David. He was probably close to 10 feet beyond the 3-point line. It's a shot up and no good by number 10 from the Wildcats, Jamison Updegraff.
And then Caden follows it up with a putback bucket, and Oak Ridge leads 8-5. 5:13 to play, first quarter. Here comes Alcoa down the floor. With it will come Javian Carter, top of the circle. 8-5, Wildcats in the lead. 5:06 to play. The ball's lost and knocked out of bounds by Oak Ridge's Darren Osborne. Oak Ridge currently playing with Brennan Scott, along with Caden Updegraff, Lucas Searcy, Darren Osborne, Jamison Updegraff. 5:03 to play first quarter, 8-5 Wildcats. Bounce pass comes in, intercepted, and they're going to say it's a shove. The Maryville police officer has just said that Lucas Searcy went through the body to get, I believe. They're going to say a push against Lucas. That'll be his first. I've never heard Coach Taylor say what she said to me during the after the game interview. I'll say that here in a second. She said, I don't usually comment on the officiating, and she commented on it. They launch a three. It's up, no good. Lucas has the rebound. Here it goes to Brennan Scott. Scott down the floor. Brennan's got a three. She launches it up there. Good. 3-point shot. Brennan Scott. And the Wildcats lead Alcoa 11-5. 4:37 to play first quarter. Here come the Tornadoes down the floor. In the left corner it goes number 12. That's A.J. Love. And then a little shove by Brennan Scott. Personal foul will go against the Wildcats. 11-5 our score. Oak Ridge in the lead. 4:29 to play. Wildcats in the lead here as the Wildcats will substitute Kel Slater in for the first time today. So Kel getting his first look of action here as the Wildcat lead is 11-5. Here comes Alcoa with the basketball. Javian Carter, 6'1" sophomore player, walks the ball across the line. Their football team, and we wish them good luck, and they'll win as usual in the state championship game as they put one off the glass. But even when they come back, they're only going to add one senior to the roster, and they're only going to lose. They're going to lose a few freshmen, so it's going to be a young team regardless. But the team is going to look a little different when we see them in February.
Yeah, they usually do when you get all your squad back, especially from the football team.
Brennan Scott puts up a shot, no good. Then Alcoa loses it out of bounds. Tough break for Terrence Dorsey. Had the rebound, just went off his fingertips. Oak Ridge won the ball game here last year, you might remember, when Coach Danny Green was coaching the Wildcats because Coach Aaron Green had the virus and had to watch it from home. Oak Ridge ball, and it comes Jamison Updegraff. Jamison pulls up, 8-footer. It's going to be short. Probably forced that one just a bit. And down the floor with the basketball will come Terrence Dorsey. 11-7 Oak Ridge in the lead. 3:45 to play in the first period. With the basketball, Carter. Carter swings the ball to his right. Over it goes to Cates. Cates right wing to Dorsey. Back and forth they go. The Wildcats aggressively defending at the perimeter. As they launch a three, good. 3-point shot. Not much you can do with that. Ty Cates launches a three. It's a 1-point game. And once again, that was another one from way downtown.
It was. This was not near as far back, maybe 4 to 6 feet beyond the 3-point line, but a lot of downtown shots tonight, David.
Oak Ridge basketball in a 1-point game. 3:12 to play, first quarter. Wildcats playing catch. Jamison's got a three on its way, no good. Great hustle by Lucas Searcy. Throws it very aggressively off the body of Terrence Dorsey. Really nice play there by Lucas Searcy.
Yeah, smart heads-up play that time, David, as he was able to corral the ball and have enough time in the air to throw it off one of the legs of the Alcoa players.
Grayson Strader's in for the first time today. Wildcats playing, let's see, with Kel Slater, Lucas Searcy, Grayson Strader, Brennan Scott, and Lucas for three. Good. Long-range three. You talked about it's long-range shooting for the Tornadoes, and Lucas launches one big time. Here they come down the floor. Cates dribbles in, waits for his team, now dribbles in, nearly swatted of the ball. He still gets the shot off the glass. Good. Ty Cates off the glass, and here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Brennan Scott drives in, 3-footer, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Should be Oak Ridge's basketball. The Maryville police officer makes the correct call that time. 2:35 to play. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Grayson Strader will work the ball in for the Wildcats. Looks to Jamison in the right corner. Throws it inside to Lucas Searcy. Pulls up and shoots. No good. I don't know. Not a great shot right there, but Lucas locks down most of his long-range shots. That one probably not the best look as they put up a shot and they score. And just like that, the Wildcat lead is no more. They trail by one. 14-13 the score. Exciting ball game here in the first quarter. 2:16 to play. There's Lucas outside the line. Dribbles in, fakes, throws up a shot. Too strong. No good. Rebounded by Alcoa, and they have a breakaway opportunity. They miss it. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Kel Slater down the floor. 14-13 Alcoa. Kel dribbles, drives, takes it to the hole, and scores. Blows right past his defender, and Oak Ridge retakes the lead. Down the floor will come the Tornadoes. Dribbling in, and then there's a reach-in foul is going to be called against Jamison Updegraff. Minute 50 to play. They didn't change the scoreboard. It should be 15-14 Oak Ridge. A minute 50 to play in the first quarter. Now they do it. It'll be Alcoa basketball side front court. A minute 50 to play. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools television channel 15. Brandon Hayward's in the ball game for the first time tonight. He tried to guard number 5, Ty Cates, and just coming off of that high ankle sprain in the McMinn County game, he's still not 100%. It's just good to have him out there. Good athlete.
Yeah, I just kind of had to laugh to myself. That's one of the fastest fouls I think I've ever seen.
Minute 46 to play. On the scoreboard, it says it's 16-14 Wildcats as they work the ball. Long three up. Good. Three-point shot by Ty Cates. You got to get in his face, obviously. He can shoot the ball. I'm not sure the score is right. Do the adding up there, Mark. They've got it 17-16. The Wildcats down by a point. Brandon Hayward's going to drive right, give it off Grayson Strader for three. Good! Three-point shot, Grayson Strader, and the Wildcats retake the lead. Mark says the scoreboard is right. Well, it's not right yet. They're a little slow on the uptake. It is 19-17 Oak Ridge. A minute 20 to play here in the first period. Here comes Alcoa down the floor, moving right to left, getting the ball to the midcourt line. With it will come Terrence Dorsey. Swings it out to number 5. That is Ty Cates once again. He drives in, throws up a shot. Good. That guy can flat out shoot. And the Wildcats trail by 1. We got to get him in foul trouble or something as Kel drives left, gives it in to Brandon Hayward. He shoots the 3. It's on its way. Good! Three-point shot, Brandon Hayward, and the Wildcats retake the lead. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Tornadoes. 45 seconds to play. Haven't posted the score. Now they do. It's 22-20 Oak Ridge. 41 seconds to play in the first period. With the basketball, the Tornadoes. Out number 14. He shoots a 3. It's good. Three-point shot made good by the Tornadoes. 23-22 the score. 28 seconds to play. Here comes Oak Ridge's Kel Slater, and he's fouled. Foul called against, looks like Luke Cannon, 6'2 freshman. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball, side midcourt, trailing by 1, 23-22, 25.2 seconds. We thought it was going to be a high-scoring ball game. So far, it hasn't disappointed. See if the Wildcats play for the final shot here in the first quarter. They trail 23-22 to Alcoa. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools television channel 15. We're also streaming the game live on YouTube. This Kel drives in, 5-footer is no good. Rebounded by Alcoa with 4, with 3. They launch one, no good, as the first quarter comes to a close. One quarter of basketball in the books here at Alcoa High School. The Wildcats trail 23-22. Back in 60 seconds.
6, 9, 12, 15, 20, 22.
David Clary back here along with Mark Case, Lee Wexler, along with Alex Waraxa, Christian Rosas Rodriguez, Brian Bennett back here. The Wildcats down 23-22 as we start playing here in the second quarter. Alcoa basketball. Oak Ridge comes out with Caden Updegraff, Brennan Scott, along with Kel Slater, Lucas Searcy, and Darren Osborne. Their basketball. Here comes Terrence Dorsey driving to the left baseline. Guarded by Caden. They get a 3 off. It's on its way. It's no good. Rebound Oak Ridge. With a rebound, Darren Osborne. Down the floor it goes to Slater. The Wildcats down by 1. 23-22. Here's Kel driving, turning, spinning, shooting, up, good. Kel Slater drops it in, and that's his 4th point. Oak Ridge back up by 1. 24-23 the score. With the basketball will come Terrence Dorsey. Dorsey picked up defensively by Kel, or Lucas Searcy. He goes in for the shot, no good. Rebound to the Tornadoes. They've got a 3 in the corner. They won't take it with Dorsey. Now he launches one up there. No good. Kel Slater comes down with the rebound. Wildcats with the ball and the lead. 24-23. Lucas Searcy dribbles, drives. There's Brennan Scott. He drives in. Free throw line jumper is up. It's going to be short. Rebound should be Oak Ridge's ball. Wildcats will get it underneath the basket. 7 minutes to play first half. The Lady Wildcats won. The boys junior varsity Wildcats won their game as well. 24-23 the score. The Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. To work the ball in will be Lucas Searcy. And it comes to Kel Slater at the free throw line. Backs up for a 3. Shoots it. Good. 3-point shot, Kel Slater. And the Wildcat lead is 4. 27-23 the score. Here come the Tornadoes. With the basketball, Ty Cates. Got it out high by Kel Slater. Comes off to the right. 3-pointer, left corner. It's good. A.J. Love hits the shot, and here comes Oak Ridge back the other way. Brennan dribbles in, kicks it out, and throws the ball away. Tried to catch a moving target, and I think Brennan thought that Caden was going to be in one spot, and he throws it away. And the Wildcats will substitute Scott out of the ball game. The Wildcats, let's see, back in the game, I think will come Jamison Updegraff. 27-26 Oak Ridge, 6:33 to play, in a very entertaining first half of basketball. Mark?
Yeah, and very fast-paced, too, Dave. We saw this in the girls' game, too. That's how quickly the each quarter went by.
Here comes number 5 in for the shot. Good. Might be the best guy we've seen play here, and Coach Green will call a timeout. 28-27 our score. We'll send it to Brian Bennett. Back to Alcoa in 30 seconds.
Marquez back here at Alcoa High School, where the Wildcats trail by 1, 28-27. I was looking at the stats, David, and Ty Cates leads all scorers tonight for Alcoa. He has 15 points, has not missed a shot yet.
I think he's averaging about 37 points a ball game, and you can see why. Here's Oak Ridge with the basketball down by a point. Jamison to Kel, inside to Darren Osborne, goes in for the shot. Good! And he's fouled. Really nice post move there on the block by Darren Osborne, and he'll go to the free throw line.
This will be his first attempt from the free throw line, David. That's his first points of the ball game, as number 14 picks up his second foul for Alcoa.
3-point opportunity, missed shot, rebounded to Jamison, had it, knocked out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Hey, the Wildcats got a call there, a 50-50 call went Oak Ridge's way. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side front court. They'll work into the ball game. Joseph Carter, 5'10 freshman player. Jamison Updegraff will work the ball, and the Wildcats have Kel Slater, Caden Updegraff in the ball game. Darren Osborne and Lucas Searcy. 29-28 Oak Ridge by 1. 6 minutes to play in the first half, and a game you're listening to live on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com. The Wildcats shoot a 3. It's off the mark, rebounded by the Tornadoes. They get an outlet all the way down the floor. They miss it. Rebound to the Tornadoes. Again, no good. Darren Osborne pulls down a big board. Here comes Lucas Searcy down the floor. Lucas dribbles in. Lucas drives. Lucas kicks it out. Jamison's wide open. He shoots a 3. It's short. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Kel Slater turns, spins, drives, shoots. No good. Rebounded by the Tornadoes. Maybe a little rust there. The Wildcats missing a couple point-blank shots there. Here they come down the floor. Turning. Here's a shot by them. Good. They score with Javian Carter, and once again, Alcoa's in the lead. Here comes Oak Ridge. Jamison Updegraff works the ball top of the key. Caden Updegraff for 3. It's up. No good. Wildcats need to be a little bit more patient, I think, Mark. They're kind of trying to match them in the three-point shooting.
Yeah, and that'd be hard to do, Dave, because most of their shots are from three-point land. As number 5 misses his first shot of the ball game.
Wildcats back the other way, down by a point. 30-29 the score. Kel Slater, baseline jumper, shot is blocked. Taken away by Alcoa, all the way down the floor. Reverse layup, no good. Rebounded by Kel. Kel Slater and the Wildcats on a 3-on-2. Kel inside to Oak Ridge's Lucas Searcy. What's he going to call? Oh, he called a charge. It 50-50 call either way there. He didn't really have the angle. Neither one of them knew. They looked at each other, and on the road, you're probably not going to get the call. What do you think, Mark?
I think Lucas did a great job getting in position. He was giving ground just as you're supposed to. He did everything right, David.
30-29 the score. Oak Ridge down a point here. Here come the Tornadoes down the floor, and Jamison, that is a foul. He just kind of bumped him with his body. Personal foul will go against Oak Ridge. 4:33 to play in the first half at Alcoa. We knew it was going to be an entertaining ball game. It has been. The girls' game was too. 30-29 is our score. And it'll be the Tornadoes with the basketball side midcourt. Brandon Hayward is back in the ball game. The Wildcats have Lucas Searcy in. Jamison up to graph. Kel Slater. Darren Osborne. With the basketball will come Carter. Carter hands it off right side to Cates. Cates swings the ball back to the right. They're going to drive the baseline and come cross-court pass deflected and out of bounds. Should be Oak Ridge's ball. Good call that time by the younger official. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side midcourt. Of course, the calls that I like are typically going to be the good calls, right? And there's a basketball stuck all the way at the top of the roof there. Mark, did you do that beforehand?
No, I did not.
Here's Oak Ridge with a shot off the glass. No good. The Wildcats, Hayward missed the shot. On the rebound will come the Tornadoes, coast to coast. That should be a charge. He calls the block. Coach Green can't believe it. Oak Ridge fans not too happy about it as well. We didn't get any calls in the second half, Mark. We're not getting any calls on this one. Blount County officials notoriously have never really given us what I would consider to be a fair break, especially when Mr. Mapp is officiating. Fouls called against Oak Ridge. They lead by 3, 32-29. Oak Ridge will substitute into the ballgame Brennan Scott. 4 minutes to play first half. 32-29 the score. To the free throw line, number 4, Terrence Dorsey. Shot is good. Completes the three-point play, and the Wildcats trail by 4. 33-29 the score. Here's Kel Slater down the floor. Here goes to Brandon Hayworth. Hayward works the ball to Brennan Scott. Throws the ball away. Telegraphed the pass. Layup. He missed it. Rebounded by Brennan. Brennan comes out of there with a basketball, and he's fouled. If they call it. He did. The foul's going to be called against Joseph Carter. Got a little bit too far underneath the goal there, I believe, and then wasn't able to get the shot off, and comes up a little bit lame, does Carter. Foul called against the Tornadoes. And it looks like we might have a little blood, perhaps, on the jersey, maybe, and out of the ball game. Number 10, Joseph Carter, comes back in for them. Will come number 14. Down the floor will come Oak Ridge, down by 4. 33-29 the score. 3:40 to play in the second quarter. Oak Ridge basketball. Darren Osborne with it to Kel Slater. Drives in, layup, good. Great drive. And then the ball is knocked away, and we're going to have a delay of game called against the Wildcats.
Slater knocked the ball.
And yeah, delay of game called against him. 33, that basket should account. They haven't posted it on the scoreboard. 33-31 the score. Now they do. 3:27 to play. If you're running the scoreboard here, as fast-paced as these games have been, I don't blame the guys for kind of taking their time a little bit as Alcoa throws the ball away. Pass just a little bit too high for A.J. Love. I'm so rusty. It's been 2 weeks, or almost was 1 week and a couple days since I did a ball game. It's hard to keep up with this pace of this game.
It really is, David. I mean, both games, as we said, have been fast-paced. As Kel Slater takes a three-pointer, it's up and good.
Nice-looking shot by Kel, and the Wildcats retake the lead by 1. Here they come down the floor with the basketball. Will come Cates. Cates is hand-checked and fouled by Brandon Hayward. Coach told me, obviously, he's just fresh off an injury, fresh off the football field. He's going to have to kind of learn the system a little bit because he hadn't really been, out there since the summer, and just a little bit too aggressive right there.
I think it's a little ticky-tack, David. I didn't see a whole lot of contact by them. His hand was resting on his hip, but, there wasn't a whole lot of pushing going on.
They almost got a technical foul over here. They had two guys back in the rear court there, and the official got on the coach here of Alcoa and got mad at him, actually. Tie game, 34-34, free throw, good. Back and forth we go, Oak Ridge basketball. Here comes Kell down the floor, 35-34 the score. That is going to be a travel. Yeah, it's probably a good call. The ball dribbled high up in the air, and he took a step, and they turned the ball over. Oak Ridge down a point, 35-34, 2:57 to play in the second period. Wildcats and Alcoa Tornadoes. The rivalry began in 1949. This is the 90th time the two teams have played. That is the sixth most games that Oak Ridge has played in their storied history of basketball. They get a three off, no good. On the rebound, foul called against Oak Ridge. Good positioning for the rebound was Ty Cates. He got the rebound and got fouled by Oak Ridge. 35-34 the score, 2:39 to play. We have had very little stoppage of play in this one, Mark, as Cates goes to the free throw line. 6-foot junior player.
As we said, David, he's only missed one shot. He's got 17 points. He's 2 of 2, now 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
And it's back to a 2-point lead here as the Wildcats playing with, let's see, Brennan Scott coming out, Caden Updegraff, and Darren Osborne, Brandon Hayward, along with Jamison Updegraff and Kel Slater. 36-34, Oak Ridge down by 2. That shot is missed. Rebounded by Brandon Hayward. Brandon in the rear court is going to pick up his dribble and bring it across the line. He's got to watch himself. Dribbles in, penetrates, drives in. Before that, he's fouled on the floor by the Tornadoes. It's going to go against number 14, Luke Cannon, and that's his third personal foul. They don't have a whole lot of depth. They only have 3 guys on the bench able to play. Of course, their football team is in the state championship game as Oak Ridge gets it into Kel Slater. Inside it goes. Jamison for the shot, rushed it, gets his own rebound up with it. Again, no good. Taken it wide this time by Caden. His shot is up, no good. Wildcats missed 3 straight. There was a lot of contact right there. The Maryville officer did not call it. They get a shot on the other end, no good. Rebound Oak Ridge. Caden Updegraff with it, and finally, they call a foul against Alcoa. Blount County officials, notorious, Marquez. I've said it for years. And that one kind of helped him out. There should have been a foul on the other end. That was not called. Coach, I've never heard Coach Taylor ever complain about the officiating, ever, to be honest with you, but she did tonight. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor, down by 2, 36-34. Here's Kell, right side, Jamison Updegraff, lost the dribble, picked up though by Darren Osborne. Darren free throw line jumper is no good. That was a rush shot. Rebound, great play by Oak Ridge's Caden Updegraff. He got the putback bucket and we're tied at 36. Just came in like a missile, skied for the rebound, put it in.
Yeah, it's a lot to be said for being in the right place at the right time, but he was exactly that, David, as he got the ball off the rim.
3-point shot missed by the Tornadoes, pulled down by Kel Slater. 36-36 to score. Kel dribbles, drives, pulls up, wanted to shoot. He's fouled. They're looking at each other. We'll see. I don't think he could not call that one. Foul's going to be called against Joseph Carter. That's going to send Kel Slater to the free throw line. 1:25 to play, second quarter. 36-36 to score, and Kel will go to the free throw line. I think he'll have 2. First toss, short. No, I guess he had 1 in the bonus. On the rebound will come Carter. Carter comes right side. They've got a 3 in the corner, short. Rebound, hustled down by Kel Slater. Kel down the floor for the Wildcats. Kel inside, Jamison layup, good. Jamison Updegraff with the bucket, and Oak Ridge leads by 2. 38-36 to score. Here come the Tornadoes down the floor. 1:04 to play, third period with a basketball, or second period. Ty Case with the basketball, guarded by Brandon Hayward. You know he wants to shoot a 3. Jamison tries to pick him up. He dribbles, he drives, he throws up a shot. No good. Does draw the foul, and they'll shoot free throws. Oak Ridge by 2, 38-36. 51.9 seconds. Darren Osborne is called with the personal foul. To the free throw line will go Ty Cates, 6-foot junior player. Toss, good. Once again, he's continuing to dazzle us here with his offense as the Wildcats will get Caden Brighthart in the ballgame for the first time. Wildcats playing with Darren Osborne, Brighthart, Caden Updegraff, Kel Slater, and who am I missing? Somebody up the floor. I guess that would be Jamison Updegraff. Second toss up. Good. We're tied again. 38-38 the score. The Wildcats work the ball in to Kale Slater. 38-38 the score. 48 seconds to play in the second period. Kale blows past Cates, drives in, lost the dribble, goes in for the shot. Good. Kale Slater scores. Got hammered. And then a timeout is asked for by Coach Green. We're going to take it ourselves. Oak Ridge on top 40-38. We'll be back to Alcoa in 30 seconds. For those of you watching on YouTube, tonight's boys game is being sponsored in part by Rochelle Osborne Brown. Rochelle was an outstanding athlete at Oak Ridge High School during the late 70s and the early 80s, scoring over 500 points in her basketball career, which began in the half-court days and ended during Jill Pruden's first season as Oak Ridge's head coach. We'd like to thank Rochelle Osborne Brown for her continuing support of Oak Ridge sports and thank her once again for her sponsorship of tonight's game. Welcome back once again on the radio. Lady Wildcats won their ball game. We'll have a complete rundown of their scoring at halftime. Mark will have the boys' stats. Oak Ridge in the lead here, 40-38, 38.9 seconds to play. And here comes Alcoa down the floor. We're in the second quarter, Oak Ridge by 2. It's been a back and forth game. Neither team really able to pick up any kind of sizable lead in this one. Their basketball at the midcourt line. With it will come Terrence Dorsey. Dorsey dribbles in, goes up for the shot, no good. Not a good decision with so much time on the clock, and Oak Ridge has the rebound, and they can play for the final shot. I don't think that was a good decision on his part as the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor. Here
Going to do is Bright Harp in the game for the first time, David.
Yeah, I caught that. As another foul is going to be called. This one's going to go against Ty Cates. 8.3 seconds to play. 40-38 Oak Ridge. Grayson Strader is in the ball game again for the Wildcats. Had a big three earlier. Free throw, no good. Rebounded though by Caden Updegraff. Caden comes left, kicks it out to Kel. Kel at the free throw line, shoots from there. He's fouled, and they called it. Two guys didn't, one guy did. Kel Slater to the free throw line again. We haven't really excelled at the charity stripe to this point. There's 1 second to play. This time Kel will get two shots. 40-38 Oak Ridge by 2. Kel Slater, senior Wildcat, to the free throw line, the first of two shots. Good. Oak Ridge leads by 3. 41-38 the score. Back to the free throw line once again. Kel Slater, 15 points in the ball game. Good. They've got 1 second to launch it, and they do from 3/4. It was on target, but he missed it. And the Wildcats head to the dressing room, Mark, with a 4-point lead at 42-38. Mark, your thoughts on the first half?
Very exciting first half, David. Very fast pace as we expected. High scoring, 42-38. I think you said that Alcoa is averaging 87 points per game, so they're a little below their average with 42. So they'll have to pick up the pace here in the second half. But actually, the Wildcats have 42 points. Alcoa's only got 38, so they're really behind pace. So credit the Wildcats defense tonight.
Tonight's boys game is being sponsored in part by Rochelle Osborne Brown. Rochelle was an outstanding athlete at Oak Ridge High School during the late 70s and the early 80s, scoring over 500 points in her basketball career, which began in the half-court days and ended during Jill Pruden's first season as Oak Ridge's head coach. We thank Rochelle Osborne Brown for her continuing support of Oak Ridge sports and thank her once again for support or sponsorship of tonight's boys game at Alcoa. If you'd like to sponsor a ball game, get in touch with me. We'd love to have you help with our sponsorship of Oak Ridge basketball. Lady Wildcats are headed to Phoenix and Greenville. The guys are doing a tournament in Nashville and in Loudon here all this month. So we got a lot of basketball to cover, plus the postseason and a lot of regular season ball games. We would love your continuing support. We love our regular sponsors who are with us, obviously. You know, Ortho Tennessee, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Mortgage Investors Group, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. I'd like to thank her. Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, and of course the Fox Insurance Group, who's been with us through football and will continue through basketball. 42-38 Wildcats. We're at halftime. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll run down the stats. We'll get to that following this 3-minute timeout.
little Copperhead Road.
Are you ready? How you been?
Good, how are you?
What's on the seat?
Yeah.
What are you doing these days?
Still at UT now, so go balls.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Hey, you too.
But welcome back once again to Alcoa High School. We're at halftime. The Wildcats lead 42 to 38. Mark, you got the first half statistics.
Thank you very much, David. Leading scorer for the Wildcats in the first half is Kel Slater. He has 16 points. He's 6 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. 5 points added by Jamison Updegraff. He's, 2 of 10 from the field. Caden Updegraff also with 5 points for the Wildcats. He's 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 5 points also added by Brendan Scott. He got the start tonight. He's 2 of 6 from the field. Grayson Strader has 3 points for the Wildcats, 1 of 1 from three-point land. Lucas Searcy has 3 as well. He's 1 of 3 from the field. And Darren Osborne has added 2 points for the Wildcats, 1 of 2 from the field. And then Brandon Hayward came off the bench for the Wildcats. He has 3 points. He's 1 of 1 from three-point land. So as a team, the Wildcats have shot 16 of 37 from the field. They're 9 of 24 in twos, 7 of 13 from threes, and 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Now looking at the Tornadoes of Alcoa, they're led in scoring by Ty Cates. He has 20 points in the first half, an impressive first half for him. He's 6 of 7 from the field, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 8 points added by Terrence Dorsey for the Tornadoes. He's 3 of 13 from the field, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 4 points for Javen Carter, 2 of 8 from the field. A.J. Love has added 3 points for the Tornadoes, 1 of 2 from three-point land. Luke Cannon rounds out the scoring for the Tornadoes. He has 3. He's 1 of 3 from the three-point line. As a team, the Tornadoes are 13 of 33 from the field. They're 7 of 18 from twos, 6 of 15 from threes, and 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Wildcats trailed at the end of the first quarter, 22 to 23, and then outscored the Tornadoes 20 to 15 in the second quarter to take a 4-point lead. Wildcats lead 42 to 38. I'd like to have a quick shout out to my 2 granddaughters, Camellia and Catalea.
Now here's Lee with the scoring in the girls' game.
Scoring for the girls' game for Oak Ridge, Demetria Strickland with totaling 13 points, was 1 for 2 from the field, 2 for 5 from the three-point line, and was 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Zayana Stewart had 12 points, 5 for 11 from the field, and 2 for 4 at the free throw line. Ayana Porter with 11 points, 4 for 11 from the field, 1 for 4 at the three-point line, and was 0 for 1 at the free throw line. Samaj Clark with 3 points, 0 for 3 from the field, 1 for 4 at the three-point line. Lindsay Cleveland with 2 was 1 for 3 from the field and 0 for 1 from three-point line. Jenna Johnson had 5. She was 2 for 5 from the field and 1 for 1 at the free throw line. And Emily Lindsay did not score. She was 0 for 3 from the field. For Alcoa, Trinity Hodge was 0 for 1 from the field, 0 for 1 from the three-point line. Macy Ridge with 7, Kara Pitts with 9, Eden Davis with 3, and Carly Hayworth with 19 as we begin the second half here at Alcoa.
Thanks a lot, Lee. We're back here once again for the second half. 42-38. Neither team were able, Mark, to get a really big lead. Now let's see what the Wildcats can do here in the second. Wildcats, Caden Updegraff, Kel Slater, Lucas Searcy back in the ballgame, Darren Osborne, and Jamison Updegraff. Osborne with the basketball to Kel. He thought about blowing past his defender, couldn't do it. Good defense by the Tornadoes. Wildcats up 4 with the basketball. Lucas Searcy had to sit quite a bit of the second quarter, but he's back out there for the Wildcats. Caden backing up with his dribble, comes cross court to Kel. Kel swings it and throws the ball away. Try to catch Darren Osborne breaking from the left block to the goal, but pass just a little bit too high, and the Wildcats turn the ball over. 7:35 to play third quarter. 42-38 is our score. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Tornadoes once again. There's Cates driving in, kicking it out, driving in, now pulling up for a shot is no good. Rebounded by Caden Updegraff, and one of the Tornadoes goes down holding his knee here. Here's the Wildcats work the ball inside to Caden, and he's going to be fouled. That, I don't know if it's a cramp or it's looks serious actually from here. As he's holding his calf right now, he was initially holding his knee, and looks like we're going to have to kind of delay a little bit while Wildcats get ready to shoot with Caden Updegraff. Mark, Lady Wildcats won their ball game today, and in a very frantic fashion, but as Coach Taylor told me, it was controlled. Well, it wasn't controlled chaos. It was chaos that worked for them, and we'll come back to that in a moment here. As Caden goes to the free throw line, 42-38 the score. Free throw on its way up there, good. Wildcats have a 5-point lead here. Lady Wildcats, chaotic, but it works for them with all their athleticism.
Yeah, I guess chaotic, but effective, because as you said, he left the line cue steering, but was not called for it as it went in. Caden Updegraff now with 7 points from the ball game, 3 of 4 from the free throw line.
6-point Oak Ridge lead here, 44-38 the score, 7:05 to play third period. With the basketball will come the Tornadoes. Dribbling in the basketball, number 4, Terrence Dorsey swings the ball left side to Joseph Carter, who backs up with the dribble. Continuing to hold the ball, swings the ball back out to the top to Cates. Cates now being guarded by Jamison Updegraff. Picks up his dribbles in, throws the ball, nice pass. They get a shot up, good. Nice play. Cates made it, gave it over to Luke Cannon, but Cates, the assist was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it was all set up by Cates, as you said, David. Very nice. Player was just left all alone down there.
Jamison for 3, it's on its way, no good. Rebounded by Carter. Carter down the floor, kicks the ball to the corner. They get a 3 off. He doesn't shoot it. Back to the top, it goes to Cates. They quickly pick him up. They drive in. Shot is no good. Tip back up, no good. Rebounded this time by Darren Osborne. Osborne with it. The Wildcats by 4, 44-40. Wildcats Lucas Searcy, 3-pointer, right corner. It's up. No good. Nice rebound by Darren Osborne. Kicks it out to Kel. The lefty guns a 3. No good. Rebounded by Caden Updegraff. Good. Caden with a putback bucket. And Oak Ridge's lead is 6. 46-40 the score. Here come the Tornadoes down the floor. 5:54 to play third quarter. Cates for 3. Playing off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Kel Slater. Blows past Cates. Dribbles across the midcourt line. Dribbles to the hole. Goes in for the shot. He scores! Kel Slater all the way down the floor, and Alcoa's head coach Ryan Collins calls a timeout. 48-40, Wildcats back to Alcoa in 30 seconds. Welcome back once again to Alcoa High School. The Wildcats with their biggest lead, Mark, 48-40.
Yeah, they do. You know, an 8-point lead is huge in this ball game, Dave, because we've just seen it go back and forth as Alcoa has the ball in on Oak Ridge's end of the court.
Moving left to right, wearing their all-white jerseys with maroon. If you're listening to us on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, we're on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Here's a steal. Jamison up to Graff in the rear court. The Wildcats by 8 with the basketball. Here goes to Kell. Kell Slater had Lucas early, couldn't get the ball to him. Jamison's got it, top of the circle. Looks to drive, looks cross court. Lucas Searcy turning, spinning. Lucas off the glass, shot good. Lucas Searcy gives Oak Ridge a 10-point lead. 50-40 the score. 5:06 to play, third quarter. With the basketball will come Ty Cates. Dribbles right, kicks it out for a three. Good. Pretty shot by Javian Carter. And it's a 7-point game now. 50-43 the score. The net is hung up a little bit. And kind of getting it unhung there was Caden Updegraff. The Wildcats, it's a different looking Wildcat team. We're so used to having so much height. This team really plays hard. They're not as tall for sure, but they all can shoot.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If you're small, you better be fast, and that's exactly what the Wildcats are this year, David. They're not terribly tall, but boy, they can sure get it up and down the court.
50-42, an 8-point Wildcat lead. Backdoor play. Caden Updegraff turns, spins, has his shot blocked. Darren Osborne has it, no good. Rebounded back up, no good. Again, Lucas Searcy pulls it away and has to back it up. Here it goes to Kell. Kell at the free throw line. Kell at the baseline. Goes in for the shot. Blew past his defense, and the Wildcat lead is 10 once again. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Tornadoes. 4:23 to play, third quarter. Dribbling in will come Dorsey. He was hand-checked and fouled. 9-point lead on the scoreboard for the Wildcats, 52-43, 4:20 to play in the third quarter. Who was that foul on, Mark?
That foul, they assessed it to Caden Updegraff. I have that as his first foul of the ball game.
Ball's worked in, and it comes to Cates once again. Kell's trying to guard him. He drives the paint, throws up a shot, clang off the iron, no good. Had the rebound for a second and saves it for his teammates. Here they come to the right corner. Dribbling will come Dorsey, kicks it out to number 4 for 3. Hits, no good. Rebounded again by Love. Love backs it up. Here it goes once again. Tornadoes attacking, and they kick the ball up the floor. Picked up by Jamison. Jamison is fouled, no call. Coach Green could not believe it. The ball is a mass scramble, finally a jump ball. There should have been a foul called on the floor. If Barry Mapp was here, well, anyway, 52-43 Wildcats, jump ball, the alternate possession error. There should have been a foul up here initially.
Yeah, you've got people diving all over the floor on top of each other, and I don't understand how you cannot call a foul. You got to call a foul somewhere.
I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of associations before, but I've never liked the Blount County officiating ever in football, basketball, anything. And here come the Tornadoes down the floor. Probably great people, but they only officiate Blount County, and that just doesn't seem fair. Does it to you?
It seems like they ought to get out of the system a little bit.
With the basketball will come Carter. Down to 3:36 to play, third period. The free throw line jumper, shot no good. Tipped and rebounded by the Tornadoes. Back up with a shot, good. Second chance opportunities because of the non-calls being made here. We saw that happen in the girls' game. Lucas Searcy, three-point shot, good. Three-point bomb, Lucas Searcy in the corner. Oak Ridge by 10 again. 55-45 the score. Case to the free throw line. Clang, actually a brick. Rebounded by Lucas Searcy. He was fouled by Cates, nothing. Here comes Lucas down the floor. Lucas Searcy to the hole. No good. I think it was a shot. He lost the handle of the basketball. Here they come. Oh, nice move. Driving in, shot. No good. Rebounded by Jamison for a moment. Saved on the floor by the Tornadoes. It's really getting frantic right now as they put up a shot. Good. Three-point shot by Terrence Dorsey. And once again, the net is hung up, and the Wildcat lead is 7. 55-48 the score, 2:46 to play here in the third period. These two teams will play again in February. Kind of a sparse crowd considering the nature of this ball game. Two really traditionally powerful teams. Oak Ridge works it in for a shot, good. Give the assist to Jamison Updegraff. Give the bucket to Darren Osborne, and Darren has 4. 57-48, the Wildcats by 9. 2:33 to play third quarter. With the basketball will come Carter. Carter throws one up there. It's no good. On the rebound, Alcoa's number 14, and he puts it in, and a timeout is asked for by the Alcoa Tornadoes. 2:25 to play third quarter. 57-50 the score, Oak Ridge by 7. We're going to hold it right here. and give me the opportunity to once again say that tonight's boys game is being sponsored in part by Rochelle Osborne Brown. Rochelle was an outstanding athlete at Oak Ridge High School during the late 70s and early 80s, scoring over 500 points in her basketball career, which began in the half-court days under Siddhartha Van and ended during Jill Pruden's first season as the Lady Wildcats head coach. We thank Rochelle Osborne Brown for her continuing support of Oak Ridge sports and thank her once again for the sponsorship of tonight's boys game. I've gotten 2 checks here at the gym tonight from different people who are going to sponsor ball games. If you'd like to sponsor a ball game, you can give me a call at 310-7207, and we appreciate all your support. We're going to Phoenix, going to go to Greenville, going to go to Nashville. We got a lot of basketball to do.
Yeah, and Loudon.
Yeah, Loudon. That's true. We are going to Loudon. It's not a long road trip, but yeah, we are going there for a tournament. 7-point Wildcat lead here. 2:21 to play here in the third quarter. Brandon Hayward's in the ball game. Here comes Darren Osborne around to Kell. Kell thought about driving in, will not. Dribbles to the free throw line. Dribbles outside the three-point line. Gives it off to Darren. Darren Osborne back to Kell. He has stripped to the ball. Loose on the floor. Picked up by Dorsey. Terrence Dorsey down the floor. Dribbles across the midcourt line. They work the ball left corner. Over goes to Carter. Carter swings the ball back to the top. Wildcat lead is 7. And holding as that three-pointer is missed. Cates on the rebound. Back to number 12. He shoots a 3. No good. Rebound to Brandon Hayward. Brandon Hayward comes down with the ball. Pushes it up the floor to Brennan Scott. Brennan to Darren. Darren will turn. Darren will shoot. No good. Rebounded by Dorsey. Terrence Dorsey of Alcoa. Here come the Tornadoes. Sutter stepping to the free throw line. Turning. Spinning. No place to go. Swings the ball to his left to Carter. Down to a minute 29 to play third quarter. 7-point Wildcat lead. 57-50. Little floating jumper is good. Jack Carter drops it in, and it's a 5-point game. 57-52 the score. The Wildcats in the lead. Oak Ridge is led by as many as 10. Oak Ridge ball. Brennan Scott with the basketball. A minute 11 to play third quarter. Oak Ridge ball. Kell thought about shooting a 3. Turning, spinning. Not a good decision. Didn't really have a good angle in that shot. Missed it. Here come the Tornadoes down the floor. I don't think Coach Green really wanted him to take that shot. They launch a 3. It's up, and that usually happens. 3-point shot, top of the key, and that's Carter. And just like that, it's a 2-point game. Oak Ridge basketball. Jamison up the graph for the basketball. Works the ball to Brandon Hayward. Splits the defense. Goes to the hole. No good. And they call a charge on Brandon Hayward. Coach Green can't believe it, and I can't either, honestly. But we're on the road. We're in Alcoa. And Lucas Searcy and Caden Updegraff come in. Brennan Scott's going to come out. Jamison Updegraff. I didn't see that, Mark. I really didn't.
Well, you have. We've done it twice, and we get called for a block.
And now they're going to call a hold up here on Brandon Hayward. And Brandon's picking up fouls really quick. Foul, and that's his 4th, and he's going to have to probably come out of the ball game. 39 seconds to play. They start the clock. Oak Ridge by 2. 57-55. Oak Ridge had a 10-point lead, but they can take the lead with a 3 or tie it right here. Here's the 3. Good. They lead. Wildcats got, I think, a little selfish, honestly, the way they were shooting here in the latter stages of this quarter, and now they trail by 1. 58-57 the score, 16 seconds to play. Third quarter action, 58-57, Alcoa in the lead. Here's Kell dribbling with 9 seconds. Kell with 7 seconds, with 6 seconds. Kell's going to dribble. Kell's going to drive. Kell's going to shoot. No good. That's another example of trying to do too much right there, and Kell didn't get the shot to fall. We've played 3 quarters. The Wildcats trail 58-57. Back in 60 seconds. Welcome back once again to Alcoa. My apologies there. The Wildcats down a point here, 58-57. Well played ball game by both teams. Both really good basketball teams here. And then there's a hand. They're going to call it offensive illegal screen, I think, against Kel Slater. Honestly, it could have happened. I didn't see it, to be honest with you. But that doesn't mean it didn't happen, obviously. I was actually looking away here. But it is a turnover on the foul. The Wildcats down a point. And it comes to Cates. Wildcats were up 10. Now they're down a point. Mark, you were talking about the third quarter being outscored.
Yeah, as I said, in the second quarter, Wildcats
Down the floor after a missed shot, Lucas Searcy, three-pointer in the lead. No good. Crashing the boards comes Alcoa. One thing that I was telling you, I thought the Wildcats, unlike most of the ball game, got a little selfish with their shooting there at the end of the quarter. As Cates drives in for the shot, good, and he's fouled. Count it, and that's a good foul. It's going to go against Kel Slater. I honestly thought they got a little selfish with their shooting.
Yeah, I did too, Dave. I mean, they're especially at the very end of the third quarter, Dave. Everybody wanted to kind of be a hero there on their shoulders, but just wasn't very successful.
Down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge, now trailing by 3. Jamison, or that's Caden Updegraff with it to Kel. Wildcats down 61-57. It's a 4-point game. They put the other point up there on the free throw. Here's Kel with it. Outside, they give him a 3. Won't take it. Takes a dribble to the right, hands it off to Caden. There's Jamison Updegraff with it. Good defense being applied. The Wildcats down 4 with 7 minutes to play. Here's Kel, bounce pass inside to Jamison, and they call the foul. Alcoa fans don't like that call. And as you can probably hear by the reaction of the crowd, it'll send Oak Ridge to the free throw line with Jamison Updegraff. 61-57, 6:55 to play in the ball game. The Wildcats down 4. They were up 10. Free throw on its way up there, no good. Wildcats have not really excelled at the free throw line tonight here, Mark.
No, they were 3 of 7 in the first half, David. So a lot of ground to make up. There looks like 2 of 3 in the third or the second half.
Back to the line, Oak Ridge. This toss is good. Jamison always a good free throw shooter. It's a 3-point Alcoa lead here. Wildcats need some stops on defense. 61-58 the score. 6:50 to play in the basketball game. Here comes the Tornadoes. Javian Carter works the ball to his right. Driving with it comes number 14, picked up by Caden. To the corner goes to number 12. That's Love. He nearly lost the ball. Pretty good defense there by Darren Osborne. Out to the top it goes to Carter. Javian Carter dribbles in, goes in for the shot. Finger rolls it up there. Good. And the Wildcats are down 5. 63-58 the score. Down the floor will come Kel Slater. Wildcats need some offense here. Kel turns the ball over. Might have partially been rejected. The Wildcats try to track down a loose ball. It's kicked out of bounds. Saved. Oh, great hustle by Lucas. Wildcats down the floor. Oak Ridge ball. Here it goes to the Wildcats. Wildcats have the numbers. Kel Slater layup. You can't call a charge. He called a block that time. That's going to send Kel to the free throw line. 5-point Alcoa lead. 63-58, and Kel Slater will go to the free throw line.
Kel has 20 points in the ball game, David. He's 2 of 4 from the free throw line tonight as the Wildcats trail by 5, 63-58.
Really great hustle up here as the free throw is missed. Wildcats just cannot hit their free throws. Lucas Searcy saved the possession there. Really great hustle by him.
Yeah, he really did. As he was falling out of bounds, he rolled it to one of the other Wildcats as both free throws were missed by Kel Slater.
Coach Green's not going to like that as the Wildcats trail by 5 and just struggling at the free throw line. Their basketball, number 4 with it. That'll be Terrence Dorsey. The Wildcats haven't played since the volunteer ball game. This is honestly their first true road game. They played on a neutral court up at Sullivan East on Tuesday, winning that ball game. As Carter throws up a shot, rolls off, no good. Rebound, Lucas. Lucas Searcy with it. Wildcats down. Here's Kel Slater against Cates, takes it to the hole. Good. So a nice little high carom, and the Wildcats trail by 3. 63-60 the score, 5:29 to play in the basketball game. Live here from the Alcoa High School gym. Tuesday we're at Powell. Their basketball, they kicked it around the top, swing it out for a 3. It's on its way. No good. Rebound, Jamison Updegraff. Jamison down the floor, gives it into Kel. Kel turning, spinning, driving, gives it into Jamison. Great play, Oak Ridge. Jamison, and once again on the other end of the floor, looks like we've got a cramp. Timeout is asked for the Wildcats. The bucket counts, and I'm not sure if that's the score or not. Now they change it. It is 63-62 Alcoa. We'll take a quick timeout. Now we'll just hold it right here. Mark, what happened in the Lady Wildcats game tonight?
Lady Wildcats were victorious, David, by a final score of 46-39. Before that, though, the boys JV were victorious by a score of 85-57. So hopefully it'll be a triple sweep, but Wildcats got some ground to make up here in the fourth quarter as they trail by 1.
Once again, the Oak Ridge basketball program is creating Christmas memories. With your support, the Oak Ridge boys and girls basketball teams will take children that have been selected by the District Family Resource Center on a special Christmas shopping trip. The goal is to spend $100 each on as many children as possible on December the 12th, so that's not too far from now. Please either drop donations at Oak Ridge High School, checks only, made out to ORHS Basketball Boosters, or you can mail them to Post Office Box 5834 Oak Ridge, Tennessee, or you can contact Coach Aaron Green at area code 423-595-1829 for more information. We've got a 1-point game, Mark. Wildcats down 63-62.
As Alcoa gets the ball, David, they'll inbound it, and with number 2, Carter, bringing the ball down the court for the Tornadoes.
Our new athletic director, Joe Gaddis, is in attendance here today. Watching this basketball contest here. 1-point game, 63-62, 4:55 to play in the basketball game. With the basketball come Alcoa, they've kind of got the floor spread a bit. Here they have the lead by 1. They work the ball to Cates. Cates works the back to the right block. He drives the paint. Nice backdoor block shot. Lucas Searcy blocks the shot. Jamison Updegraff to Lucas. Lucas dribbles. Lucas kicks the ball back out. Kale drives. Kale takes it to the hole. Good! And Oak Ridge leads by 1. 64-63. What a block on the other end, though.
He really was. I couldn't tell if we got a hand on it or he just wasn't he just got too far under the basket and just hit it with the bottom of the rim.
Here's a long 3. That's no good. Rebound to Lucas Searcy. Oak Ridge by 1. 64-63. 4:13 to play in the basketball game. Kel Slater across the line for the Wildcats. Kel hands it off to Caden Updegraff, and he is bumped and fouled. Personal foul will go against Terrence Dorsey, the 6'2 senior, and that'll be his 3rd personal foul. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball right in front of the Oak Ridge bench. 4:05 to play in the game. 64-63. Wildcats in the lead by 1. Darren Osborne's in the ball game. Wildcats have Caden Updegraff, Lucas Searcy in the ball game, along with Jamison Updegraff and Kel Slater. Kel's dribbling at the midcourt line. Dribbles past his man. Hands it off to Caden, and another foul's called against Terrence Dorsey. I believe that's his 4th personal foul. And once again, it'll be Oak Ridge basketball in front of their bench. Alcoa basketball. 3. They throw it back in the rear court. 2:37 to play in the basketball game. With it across the way will come number 2. That's Javian Carter. Carter swings it out to Dorsey. 68-63. Their basketball. Cates dribbles, drives, shoots. Good. Cates scores. And Coach Ryan Collins calls a timeout. Oak Ridge on top by 3. 68-65. 2 minutes, 23 seconds to play. Timeout asked for. We'll take it with them. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back here to Alcoa High School. The Wildcats on top by 3, 68-65, and what has been a very entertaining night of basketball. Boys, girls, junior varsity, and everything. Here come the Wildcats with the basketball. Jamison up to grab, about to be trapped, works out of that trap, gets a screen from Darren, takes it to the hole, good. Give the assist, although it won't be credited to Darren Osborne. He just sealed off that whole side.
Yeah, he really cleared it out. It could have been called for an illegal pick because he kind of really pushed him out with his backside there, but great job there.
Here come the Tornadoes out to the top of the circle. The Wildcats by 5 again, and they're going to get a shot off. Good. It rolled around and dropped in for them. Wildcat basketball up by 3, 70-67. Down the floor, Kel Slater blows past Cates. Cates can shoot. He's not very fast on defense. Wildcats, Darren Osborne. His shot is blocked. Rebounded by Caden. Caden pulls up, shoots, scores. Caden Updegraff with the bucket. It's a 5-point game again. Got to pick up defensively. Number 2. He dribbles against Kell to the paint, throws it up there, blocked. Oh, a little touch foul called on your Wildcats, and that'll send Alcoa to the free throw line with 91 seconds to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge on top, 72-67 in the 90th meeting between these two rivals that started back in 1949. Free throw, brick. Hits the back end of the rim, no good. Oak Ridge maintains the lead by 5, 72-67. Am I loud enough? Am I already going to get in trouble up here at Alcoa?
I'm surprised we didn't get a ball don't lie.
72-67 the score. Second toss, good. 4-point game. Wildcats with it, 90 seconds to play. 72-68 the score. Kel Slater in the rear court, guarded by Cates. Works it across to Caden Updegraff to Jamison. Jamison about to be fouled. Works the ball to Caden. Around left side, Brennan Scott. Back to Caden. They give him a 3. The Wildcats working time. Minute 12 to play, and there's a hand check foul called against Ty Cates. That's going to send Oak Ridge to the line. That might not be a bad idea because the Wildcats have really struggled at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, David. That's a smart play. That's just his first foul of the ball game, David, and Team 6, so the Wildcats not even going to the line yet.
Oak Ridge basketball. Jamison's going to work it in. Then it comes to Lucas Searcy. Lucas dribbles top of the key. Gives it out to Brennan Scott. Here's Lucas. He's wide open, but with time running down, and there's another foul. That's going to go against Mr. Terrence Dorsey, and he's going to take a seat. That'll be number 5. That'll send Oak Ridge to the line, 1 in the bonus. And traditionally a good free throw shooter, Jamison Updegraff, will go to the free throw line with a minute 1 to play. 72-68. If you're enjoying our stream on YouTube and the scoreboard, that is being operated by Mr. Lee Wexler today. Our camera work is by Alex Waraxa. Free throw, good. Big shot there by Jamison. Down on the floor, we've got Christian Rosas Rodriguez. My name is David Clary, along with Mark Haste. Brian Bennett back at the station. 5-point Oak Ridge lead, a minute 1 to play. Jamison back to the free throw line, 73-68. Toss, good. Big free throws there by the senior. And down the floor will come Alcoa. Under a minute to play. Cates with the basketball. Throws up a 3. Oh, man, that guy can shoot. Got to get a hand in his face. Back to a 3-point game. Here's Kell down the floor, and he's fouled. Personal foul will go against Cates. And how many is that on him? That's his 3rd personal foul. That's going to send Kell to the free throw line. He has struggled there tonight. Let's see what the senior can do.
He has 26 points in the ball game, David. Only 2 of 6 from the free throw line, though.
Free throw, good. It was not pretty, Mark, but it counts just the same, and Oak Ridge has a 4-point lead.
It doesn't matter how it gets there, David, just the fact that it drops through.
75-71, much better looking shot that time, good. And here comes Oak Ridge down the floor, back on defense. Cates has the ball taken off the face of Lucas Searcy. The Wildcats get a layup on the other end, give the assist to Lucas's face, and the Wildcats get the bucket, and Oak Ridge leads by 7. Here's a three-point bomb, no good. Rebound to Oak Ridge. Caden Updegraff, 29 seconds to play. Caden in the rear court, he's fouled. And Kell comes limping out of the ballgame. He had a bad ankle heading into the season. Give that assist to Lucas's face, and it was a big one.
A big face?
Well, a big assist. And I hope he's okay. I hope he doesn't have a broken nose. He's laughing about it. I think the Wildcats might have come back after leading by 10 and then trailing to win the ball game. They're up by 7, shooting free throws here. Here's Caden, the first one. He missed it. Rebounded by number 2. That's Carter. Down to 23 seconds to play. Carter against Jamison. Three-pointer. That's an air ball. Rebounded by Lucas Searcy. The Wildcats headed for a victory. Jamison Updegraff with the layup. Good. Headed back to the Ridge with a victory over the Alcoa Tornadoes in 9 seconds. Oak Ridge by 9, 80-71. Wildcats could have folded. They had a 10-point lead, saw it slip away, and actually trailed by 4 or 5 points. But they're going to win this ball game, Mark.
Yeah, what a tenacity by the Wildcats as they stayed in this game. It kind of went back and forth here in the fourth quarter. So great job by the Wildcats keeping their head in this game.
Triple sweep by the Wildcats. Cates is going to get a final three up, blocked by Brandon Hayward. Rebounded by Lucas. That's your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Oak Ridge beats Alcoa 80-71. The Wildcats are now 3-0 on the year. Big victory over the Tornadoes. 80-71, the final score. What an exciting night of basketball, Marquez, here at the Alcoa High School gym.
It really was. We talked about the fourth quarter, how it kind of went back and forth, but Oak Ridge outscoring Alcoa in the fourth quarter 23-13.
80-71 is your final score. We're going to take a break. We come back. Mark will add the stats. Coach Green will come up to speak to me. Oak Ridge wins it. A triple sweep tonight, 80-71 Wildcats. Back in 3 minutes. Yes.
Really?
I mean, really? It's only 8:40 right now.
Ain't no celebrating on our court.
This one.
Should I take down the camera? Do you want me to take down the camera?
No, we're still streaming. Thank you for doing that. Is it easy? I guess.
Well, I mean, it's hard to pay attention when you're listening to your sound. I've done that before. Mic off?
What?
Mic off?
David Clary back here at Alcoa High School. The Wildcats victorious in all 3 ball games tonight. The Wildcats with a victory in the junior varsity game and kind of a blowout game. The Lady Wildcats in a very exciting ball game. What can you say, Mark? I mean, all 3 games, well, we'll say the 2 varsity ball games were exciting. I know you're working on the stats here, but all of them were exciting. The Lady Wildcats fell behind early and just rallied back with their young team. All those freshmen just doing freshman things, but freshman good things too, because they are so talented. You know, they got the Samaj out there who kind of keeps order with the youngsters a little bit, and Lauren Hart, of course. Kennan didn't play today, but I thought we'll talk statistically in a minute. Actually, let's get Lee over here to run down the final scoring of the girls' game as we wait for Coach Green to join us and Mark to finish. Lee Wexler?
The girls?
Yeah.
Going to run down the final scoring of the girls' game. The Lady Wildcats were victorious here at Alcoa, 46-39. Scoring for Oak Ridge with 13 points. Demetria Strickland was 1 for 2 from the field, 2 for 5 at the 3-point line, and was 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Zayana Stewart with 12 was 5 for 11 from the field and 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Ayana Porter with 11. 4 for 11 from the field, 1 for 4 from the 3-point line, and was 0 for 1 at the free throw line. Samaj Clark with 3 was 0 for 3 from the field, was 1 for 4 from the 3-point line. Lindsay Cleveland with 2 was 1 for 3 from the field and 0 for 1 from the 3-point line. Jenna Johnson with 5 was 2 for 5 from the field and 1 for 1 at the free throw line. And then for Alcoa, Macy Ridge with 7 was 1 for 6 from the field, 1 for 4 from the 3-point line, and 2 for 5 from the free throw line. Kara Pitts with 9, 4 for 5 from the field, and 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Eden Davis with 3, 1 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, and 1 for 1 at the free throw line. Carly Hayworth with 19, 3 for 5 from the field, 4 for 11 from the 3-point line, and 1 for 2 from the free throw line, as Lady Wildcats were victorious 46-39 over Alcoa.
Thank you very much, Lee. Looking at the statistics for the boys' game now, Oak Ridge led in scoring by Kel Slater. Off the bench, 30 points. Very impressive night for him. He was 12 of 19 from the field, 4 of 8 from the free throw line. Also in double figures for the Wildcats, Jamison Updegraff. He had 14. He was 5 of 14 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Caden Updegraff also in double figures for the Wildcats. He had 13, 5 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Lucas Searcy had 8 for the Wildcats. He was 3 of 7 from the field. 4 points added by Darren Osborne, 2 of 6 from the field. 3 points for Brandon Hayward. He was 1 of 1 from three-point land. Grayson Strader also with a 3-pointer tonight. He was 1 of 1. He had 3 points. And then Brendan Scott, he started the ball game. He had 5 points in the first half, and that's what he ended up with for the ball game. So as a team, the Wildcats were 31 of 64 from the field. They were 23 of 46 in twos. They were 8 of 18 in threes, and they were 10 of 18 from the free throw line. So as much as they struggled, they were just over 50% from the line. Now looking at the Alcoa Tornadoes, David said Ty Cates averages 37 points a game. Not tonight. He had 28. He was 9 of 16 from the field, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Javen Carter with 20 points for the Tornadoes tonight, 8 of 19 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Also in double figures, Terrence Dorsey. He fouled out with 1:01 remaining in the ball game. When he fouled out, he finished with 10 points. He was 4 of 18 from the field, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Luke Cannon off the bench for the Tornadoes. He came in. He added 7 points for the Tornadoes. He was 3 of 8 from the field. And then A.J. Love rounds out the scoring for the Tornadoes. He had 5 points. He was 2 of 6 from the field. So as a team, the Tornadoes were 26 of 67 from the field. They were 16 of 38 in twos, 10 of 29 in threes, and they were 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Oak Ridge trailed at the end of the first quarter, 23-22, then outscored the Tornadoes 20-15 in the second quarter to take a 42-38 halftime lead. Alcoa comes back, outscoring the Wildcats 20-15 in the third quarter. So they took a 1-point lead into the fourth quarter when they led 58-57. Then, as we said, David, Oak Ridge outscores Alcoa 23-13 in the fourth quarter to take a 80-71 victory from Alcoa.
Thanks a lot. Let's get Coach Green in here. He has arrived here in our vantage point up here. Coach, first off, congratulations. Very exciting game. You know, we talked on the TV yesterday how it was going to be a track meet, and it was. And it was a frantic kind of, they can shoot the ball, especially Kate's guy. I mean, he didn't miss hardly. I mean, he ended up like 28 points or something close to that. And they shot the ball well from three. They handled the ball well. And it was kind of a mad scramble a lot, but a very entertaining game if you're a fan. I don't know about it from a coach's standpoint. Any win's great, but it's a fantastic ball game.
Yeah, it was a good win. I told you on our show on Wednesday, they had 3 talented guards.
They do.
And they're really talented. I mean, they can, they're extremely hard to guard. They all 3 of those kids can drive it, shoot it. They got mid-range. They can, finish at the rim. As coaches say, scored all 3 levels at the rim, mid-range and threes. They all 3 can shoot it well, which, in basketball, David, if you can shoot it and drive it, it's really tough to defend, and because those guys, if you crowd them, they're going to go around you. If you back off, they're going to shoot it, and, it's tough to guard. And, I thought we did a horrible job, I thought, in the first half. I mean, we held Cates to 20. I'm being sarcastic. In the third quarter, he didn't score. And I thought we did a good job. Now, he's going to score some, obviously. I mean, he set the single-season record with 57, I guess, a couple of weeks ago. So he's going to score some. He had 28. But we just, execution-wise, we were trying to scheme and do some things that we didn't execute very well, fouling way too much. But we battled. We played hard. Hayward, I thought Hayward gave us some good minutes. He made a 3 there, but, he did a good job of guarding 5 there for a period before he got in some foul trouble, and then that's what I remember from him this summer. And but he don't know what he's doing yet offensively, and that's okay because he hadn't, he's been hurt and hadn't practiced much, so it's kind of discombobulated when he's in there. It's a little frustrating. It's almost like when you get your football players back. It's kind of what it's like with having him now. But a good win. That's a heck of a team. They're very, very talented. Even without their football guys, I think they got, they'll have a couple athletes that they'll add to their team. But those 3 guys can play.
One negative I can think of, actually, I thought ending the third quarter, you got a little selfish on your shooting there at the very end of the third quarter. You had a 10-point lead, and then it just dwindled down, and they actually took the lead by 4 or 5. But you battled back against that good team to win the ball game.
Yeah, we did, and I thought we did take some bad shots there in the third quarter. I thought also there in the third is we didn't rebound it very well. We made them miss some, and then they're shooting jumpers, and they had some long rebounds. I remember too. We got to stop, made them miss, a scramble, loose ball. They get to rebound, a reverse over here. Kid makes a 3. I think that a little bit later they had another possession where we got to stop, and we couldn't get a rebound. They made another 3. Usually what happens, David, when you can't get a defensive rebound, it's like clockwork. Usually they make a 3. I don't know what it is about it, but then they did it twice, and then we also had, I thought, like you said, offensively we didn't move it very well and got a little bit selfish there, but I thought rebounding there in the third quarter let them get back in it.
Two plays come to mind here that Lucas has an assist off his face, which ball hit him really square, but it bounced so far you got an easy layup out of it, which was really good. So I gave him an assist on that one.
I was looking at her, making sure he wasn't knocked out because I saw it. Of course, we had a guy coming loose. I think it was kicked, and I luckily took it, I think, in the higher part of his head, or may have blooded his nose.
Yeah, but that play comes to mind. I just jokingly on that. But what about Kel? I know he came limping out of the ball game.
Fortunately, it was a cramp.
Okay,
as good as a cramp. I thought he'd turn his ankle again when he's doing that, but it was a cramp. I told him to eat more bananas and drink more Gatorade when he come out. But yeah, I mean, it's we're still kind of a work in progress, David. I mean, luckily we're 3-0, but we got a long way to go. I don't like giving up 71 points, even to a team like that. I mean, they've scored more than that. We had them down a little bit, but we've got to do a lot better job defensively. We got a lot of things we can improve on, and we didn't shoot it very well tonight either. I mean, we scored 80. I don't know how many threes we made. We may have made more than I thought. Yeah, it looks like we made 8, and they made 11. which 8's a pretty good number. But I felt like we missed some that we may usually make. But our guys battle. They play hard. They play with some toughness. I thought our twins after Grafs had some good minutes. Jameson didn't shoot it very well, but he ended up kind of a silent 18. And Caden had a big play down here late, and but yeah, we've got kids that are competitors and tough. I say it a lot. It's one of the tougher groups I've coached. We're probably not going to win them all, but we're going to battle. And as long as that's what I told them about the game. We got to keep getting better. We just got to keep getting better.
Coach, you got Powell first district ball game coming up on Tuesday.
Yeah, Coach Barnes was here. I talked to him a little bit before the game, scouting, and they obviously kind of unique situation for them. They got Powell playing the state championship game tomorrow, so he'll get his guys back on Sunday. I was experiencing that last year,
right?
So I know how that is. So I think they've had some injuries and stuff too. Just talking to them, I'm telling you, us coaches, we need therapists, David. I'm telling you, it's we go through all types of stuff, But yeah, it should be. It's all, how it is. We talked about it on the show. Going to Powell's always tough. There'll be a tough environment, tough place to play. Hopefully, it'll be our seniors' last game there. So it should be a fun one.
Coach, thanks a lot. And here's your final words on tonight's win.
Good win. I thought on the road against a really good team. Good win for our guys. It's but again, it's early in the year. And I think we'll continue to get better because these guys work. They want to get better. We got some things we got to get better. We got to get a little bit more inside out. We can't just rely on perimeter play and driving and shooting. We've got to get some inside presence. And but good win for us. I thought come over here. They've got, as you can tell, they've got a really good team even without their football guys. And it's a good win for our guys.
Coach, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
We'll see you at Powell.
All right, thanks, David.
Aaron Green, the Wildcats winners. I believe it was 80-71. I'm doing that out of memory. I think that was the final score. Let me get Mark back in here real quick. Nothing personal, Coach. Get Mark Hayes back in here just for his final thoughts here. Mark, just your final thoughts on the night. I mean, the Lady Wildcats, impressive win against a really good team, and the guys, a big win against a really good team.
Yeah, I mean, I would describe both teams as really playing tenaciously tonight, David. As we said, Lady Wildcats trailed early in the ball game. Seemed it took a little time to knock the rust off, as we said, but then once they got into the groove of the game, they seemed to just come right back to typical Lady Wildcat type basketball. And then the boys tonight, very up and down. It's exactly what you expect from an Aaron Green basketball team. So, both teams fight hard. They don't give up. They don't, get down. They don't get onto each other. I mean, just great team environment for both the boys and the girls.
Mark, I appreciate you coming here, and have fun at work tomorrow. Final score, the Wildcats win it 80-71. That is the final score. The Lady Wildcats win. The junior varsity wins. That about does it here from Alcoa High School. I'd like to thank our camera personnel and scoreboard operators. We had down on the floor Christian Rosas Rodriguez. He's not our most senior camera guy. That would be Mr. Alex Warexa in his 5th year as a camera guy here. Lee Wexler as well with us in his 3rd year, I believe. 3rd year. Mark Hayes, you and I better not talk about our years. Their years combined don't equal our years. So
I'm assuming Alex, he either redshirted 1 year or he took his COVID year last year.
Yeah, I think that's probably what happened. Anyway, Brian Bennett back at the station. Our next broadcast of Oak Ridge High School basketball coming up on Tuesday when the Wildcats travel to Powell to take on the Powell Panthers in the first district ball game. Once again, we'd like to thank Rachel Osborne Brown for sponsoring our ball game, along with our other sponsors who will be with us all season long. For all the people I mentioned before, this is David Clary saying so long, everybody.
All right, let's